recording to that thing.
That doesn't mean we're giving up.
I'm in this for
Gotta do one thing real quick. Just one thing.
Diet and exercise.
And then
Farxiga helps lower blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes.
I'll be back in
Lowering
about 1
A1C
second.
by up to 1.2
Maybe 3.
points.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. If you experience symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, such as rash, swelling, difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking and seek medical help right away. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems, are on dialysis, or have bladder cancer. Tell your doctor right away if you have blood or red color in your urine, or pain while you urinate. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast infections in women and men, serious urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, and kidney problems. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have signs of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
I'm in this for my family.
I'm in this for me.
Ask your doctor about Farxiga and learn how you can get it for free. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover.
Corolla, with Toyota Safety Sense Standard. Toyota, let's go places.
Excuse me, sir, do you know the Wi-Fi password?
No good son-in-law? All one word?
Funny.
Not really.
Stay 2 nights, save 20%, plus earn 1,000 bonus points. Book today at daysend.com.
I'm back. I just had to change the thumbnail. They don't let you do that on here.
K&N Performance Air Intake.
Watching the Toyota Save Mart 350. It's about to start in a few minutes. Road course race. I figured since it's like a kind of a bigger race, I'd watch it with you guys, live stream my reactions.
You thought we were going road racing? No. We're going curb hopping and popping and bouncing and trouncing and bicycling on 2 wheels.
Really?
Jamming up and down on the 11 turns of Sonoma. You got to take care of your brakes. You got to take care of your transmission. You got to take care of your sheet metal. Because there's more contact here than at Martinsville or Bristol or Richmond or any of those short tracks.
Got the updated thumbnail.
Mike Joy, Darrell Walter, Jeff Gordon to call this race for you. And boy, these road races have really become something different, something else.
Oh, they really have. And you talked about feelings. If you have any feelings, you better leave those back at a hotel. Because you nailed it, Mike. These cars are big. They're heavy. They're clumsy. You can't pass anybody here without making a little contact. We're going to trade some paint.
You know what's fun to do? Our bed's behind me, and I'm on this stool, so I can just push back, and the bed will catch me.
Winners in the past 8 races here at Sonoma Raceway.
And the bed will catch me.
In the field, a previous winner, Mark Jr., showing he has the speed.
It's like trust fall, but you know it will work.
All the dominance that we saw years ago.
We have 3 people in here. How's it going, everyone?
But look no further than our pole sitter. This kid, Kyle Larson, the fastest race car driver on the planet right now. He may be
hey, Sonny Boy, watching the NASCAR.
Well, Jeff is the
it's kind of a bigger race, so I decided I'd do the live stream reaction.
Let's see how Las Vegas looks at this race today. Truex 4-1.
Kyle Busch 5-1.
Kyle 7. AJ Allmendinger. The Ringer.
I picked Kevin Harvick to win, so I think he's gonna win.
Getting ready to go for a little Sunday drive in wine country, California.
The Ford Summer Sales event is on.
It's gonna work. I promise you. We can figure this out.
A little help?
Hold on, Mom. Look, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's not a question. It's a thing.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months, plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales event,
that was
0%
awesome.
for 72 months,
that was an awesome commercial. I now somehow want to get a Ford because of that. That's what commercials they think will happen. We don't actually care. There was no celebrity in that commercial. We don't care if you're not a celebrity.
KFC's new Zinger sandwich and a $5 Phillips, but to take it to space.
If I don't know your name, then I don't want what you're selling.
Yes, we've already covered that. But when we succeed, we will.
See, like KFC, you can put food in there and I'll automatically want it.
Try the
It looks so good.
Before it goes to space.
Thanks to Lance Corporal Daniel F. Swain.
Corporal John Harrison.
Oh, thank you.
I just would like to thank the Navy.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Land of the free because of the brick.
Wow, that's
Okay,
heavy.
so push back. I'm on a stool right now, and I'll fall back onto my bed.
Well, almost.
Oh wow, the pedal speed?
Are you kidding me?
I can go test drive one right now.
Wow, this is it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I hate Chevy commercials the most, because they're like real people, not actors, but it's very clearly actors, and it's like no one cares what they're saying.
Now lease Traverse for $229 a month.
It's like the car's not even impressive. It's a Chevy. It's a Chevy. No one cares.
It's time to go car shopping.
See, Toyota knows how to do it though. They have that like Jan girl. She's like hilarious. Or they have like the Muppets in there one year.
Visit us at Fenton Ford, where the only thing aggressive about us is our pricing.
Did they say the only aggressive thing about them is their prices? How does that make me want to purchase their stuff? Okay.
Cloudy and chilly this morning and a light mist, and now the sun is out. It's beautiful, great growing weather, and it's a wonderful day.
I'm also a vlogger, so that I have this camera filming it sometimes.
350 on FS1 from Sonoma Raceway, California, and this
you guys should watch my vlogs.
will provide some unique
They're so cringy.
camera views.
You just will want to watch them.
Today. AJ Allmendinger in his number 47 Chevrolet shifter cam. There's the shifter closest to the camera. And also the over-the-shoulder 360 view.
I should watch my own live stream to put an extra view into it.
You're going to see him working that throttle and brake pedal and occasionally the clutch. Denny Hamlin carries a bumper cam. This is the third one he's gone through this weekend. They bounce off those curves hard here. And there's Danica Patrick. Look above her face shield and you'll see the Fox visor cam. Our new innovation, long time in the making, and we're proud to debut it here. Thanks to Danica for carrying that for us. Here is your starting lineup. Kyle Larson, first pole at his home track. His Ganassi Chevy teammate Jamie McMurray has his sixth
in-car cameras.
Row start. 2013 winner Martin Truex Jr.
Gotta get those in-car cameras. You don't have the in-car cameras, what are you doing?
Allmendinger, a road course winner in 2014 at Watkins. Danica Patrick has her best start in 3 years. Ryan Blaney, Chess Elliott, a lot of young guns up toward the front here.
Did you say Chess Elliott? I heard you. Don't act like you didn't.
First of all, great qualifying run in 6th, and thanks again for carrying this visor cam. Amazing view. Tell us about the challenges we're going to be watching.
Oh, they actually do have a visor cam.
View from that visor cam.
I think that you're just going to see how you can't see the corners sometimes.
I'm actually going to watch that on the live. It's actually really cool. That's new. What if she like crashes and flips and like we see that from her visor cam? The best thing I've seen all year.
Also, there's so much fall off in the tires from the beginning of a run on new tires to when they get older. So how does a driver...
Wow, we have to have a 30-second ad to load up the options and then a 30-second ad to actually get to your option. I hate it.
Might have lost her there in turn 7.
Okay, who do I think will win? I think that Kevin Harvick will win. I clicked the screen. I didn't even click the finish button. I clicked the screen and then the stream crashed. So I gotta go back and change the thumbnail back again. I think. Maybe not.
We have 5 drivers making their Cup debut. In this race, Boris Said is a longtime road racer. Kevin O'Connell has 8 Xfinity starts. Alon Day from the NASCAR Euro Series. Billy Johnson, who just raced at Le Mans for Ford last week. Josh Bilicki's raced in
See, I think Kevin Harvick's gonna win.
Majors, and Tommy Regan has 6 Truck Series starts. And
he's usually pretty good. I want Kyle Busch to win, but I think Kevin Harvick will win. Kevin Harvick, he's done pretty good during the races, and then it's like during the end, he just doesn't do very good at Sonoma. So I think this year he'll do good. I think this year he'll come back and win.
2 stops, 3 stops, maybe even 4 stops like Tony Stewart's team did last year. But now we know we have a caution lap 25 and lap 50, and that will be a game changer, I think, as far as strategy. Now let's take a look at our Toyota race analysis. 110 laps, 219 miles.
I think Dale Jr. He's usually not very good at Sonoma and Watkins Glen. I don't expect him to do good. I hope he finishes up high because it's his final season. I'd love to see him win the championship, but never know.
Rats, where are you?
I'm trapped. My boss wants me here.
We're not leaving without you. Just go downstairs now. Hanzo. Look for my CHR.
Also, if I see me with this camera, I just do vlogs and stuff, so you guys should know that. If you don't, then what's wrong with you?
That was fun.
Wait till we see where we're going.
Introducing an all-new crossover. Toyota CHR. Toyota. Let's go places.
Turn 4, pace car leads them around across the short chute to turn number 7. We don't use the carousel for NASCAR here at Sonoma. Come around 7 and then head for the S's. Pit Road, late-breaking stories beginning with Jamie Little.
Well, Mike, so much attention has been given to
Look at your window.
And for good reason.
Okay, cool.
But you might want to keep your eye on his teammate,
right
Jamie McMurray. The one car was fast,
it's,
on and off
what's
the
usually
track.
there?
He worked on this car, made it
A
better,
lid.
short run,
So,
long run speed
you can't
was
see
there.
it.
He qualified
There's a
on the
brown
front row for the
fireplace
first time
lid.
this year, and he told me this is
Will
one
you
of his
show the
favorite
race? I
racetracks,
can't.
but tonight, it's not all about getting those
One, I
stage
just don't know how
points.
to.
It's all about
And
the
two,
win. They need to get that win, lock themselves in the playoffs.
I'll
And
probably
this is
get
one of
like
his best tracks. Good
copyrighted and
place to do
stuff.
it. Matt?
Jamie, 3 of the
Probably
last 4
dangerous enough
years,
just to
AJ
have it
Allmendinger
sound
started on the front
on.
row. Today he rolls off fifth. The biggest challenge
I mean, I'd like to. It'd be cool if I could, but I'm just not sure how to.
Opportunity to score a win in his wheelhouse and lock himself into the playoffs versus just the tremendous pressure.
No, I could use OBS, but there's like password protect on the computer, and I don't know the passwords. It's really annoying because I could do like more dank Twitch streams that way, but
with the win last
you know.
week with the Cars 3 paint scheme, and this week Clint Boyer is wearing those colors, but this team is feeling a lot of pressure to get that win. The good thing is they know Clint Boyer is a consistent front runner here at Sonoma. The big question is, can lightning strike 2 weeks in a row?
38 cars at the ready. The 2017 Toyota Camry XSE pulls off track. It's today's pace car.
Going green.
Let's say we get this thing started, Mike.
Come on, Kyle.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go road racing, drivers.
Yay. Turn 7 is where N2SC4R is sitting. Or he sits there every year, so I'm guessing he's still sitting there. Why are they so silent on the first lap? They just talk. There we go.
Breakaway for Chip Ganassi Racing.
Yeah, Larson saying, catch me if you can. That car is fast, and when you start up front, track position is king, and he's taking advantage of that pole.
Tire temp, air pressure starting to come in right now. Those first couple corners, you saw some movement by the cars. Even our second place runner, Jamie McMurray, had a big moment as he came around that bend past the start-finish line. I'm surprised he's in second place right now.
Slowest corner in NASCAR. 35 miles an hour in the center of turn 11.
And Mike, right now, this is the best we got. This is our best brakes, best transmission, best.
Wouldn't want to be sitting there. You don't get those flybys. Oh, God.
Oh, Allmendinger, super aggressive, trying to make a move on Mart Jr. coming up to turn 2.
How did they get those on-the-track cameras? I've been watching NASCAR for 7 years and still don't know how to do
really
that.
knows how to get around here, and he's going to be somebody they're going to deal with all day.
That's a perfect example of how you make a pass. It didn't happen, but that was A.J. Allmendinger. He went for it on Truex Jr. What did that do? That bogged him up. Gave Kyle Busch an opportunity to almost make
Blaney almost hit that
on
wall.
Allmendinger.
Yeah, it was one of those give now, because I might have to take that later.
8th place battle.
You can run side by side for a little bit here, but you're going to have to get single file. Little battle there between Ryan Blaney and Clint Boyer, and Clint Boyer is going to win out.
Yeah, it would be in your best interest to get single file.
How about Chris Buescher? Made the final round of qualifying, top dozen. That was a surprise for the young Texas driver, but he leans on his teammate A.J. Allmendinger, who's a great road racer, for advice here.
And I think that was a big plus, Mike. It obviously helped the heck out of Buescher the way he qualified.
Wow, this guy has like 43 people watching him right now.
Yeah,
It's like not even that good of a live stream.
Careful. I think A.J. Allmendinger's somebody you can gather a lot of information, but the way he drives here is so aggressive, so much different. Suarez on pit road.
Might be
Suarez on pit road. Wow, it's just him setting up the stream. That's fun.
Watch Denny Hamlin's number 11 into turn 11, 3 wide on the inside.
That's not going to work. You do not want to clip those tires. Those tires don't move, but it'll tear your race car up.
Remember, Hamlin had a little problem with turn 11 here last year, so
I remember that.
Maybe he's working on a different line.
That's where he lost the lead to Tony Stewart on the final lap.
Well, I think Denny Hamlin knows he should have qualified up front. He's got a faster race car than what he's showing, and he wants to get there. He wants to take it.
Wait, Denny Hamlin won Walking to Film last year?
Fresher tires and the grip he has right now move forward.
Oh no, now that I think about it, yeah, it was Hamlin. Yeah.
Daniel Suarez made a brief stop, maybe to replace flat-spotted tires, but he is back out on course. Watch that yellow car.
He's got them locked up. Yeah, he's sliding them really good right there. I mean, I think all 4 of them.
Oh, yeah, that's a major flat spot. That would not have lasted long. That's a good call by him to get on pit road, get some fresh tires.
He was 17th, falls to 38th, but here you can pit without losing a lap, and that's what happened to Suarez.
Yeah, you never know, Mike. We got these stages coming up. He might decide to stay out and pit in the second stage.
Visor cam, Danica Patrick.
Hey.
6th place.
Look at the amount of movement in that steering wheel. How violent. Watch her jump this curb. She kind of missed the curve, but now goes over the outside curve off of turn 4. Very violent.
Well, it charges you. When you go over those curbs and a car comes down and it lands hard, it's a big shock to you when you're sitting in a car. I think we'll be able to see that pretty good off this visor cam.
I think we're going to see a lot of how talented Danica Patrick is and how physically fit she is. This is a tough track on your body.
And what I like about her is how precise. You watch
people who say it's not a sport, it is a sport.
Precise. That's important.
She's chasing
oh, it's... Please get out of my window, sir. It's like funny sometimes.
And here's second place. Martin Truex is there.
I'll say it's better while I'm watching TV than when I'm playing a game. Because I'm sitting there playing the game. It's kind of difficult to like pay attention to this.
Make a mistake and go offline and make the easy pass, or you've got to pound it into those braking zones in turn 7 and turn 11.
Wow.
But boy, it's really easy to close the door.
We saw that 78. He's pretty fast in practice. Chris, what are they saying about the old 78 car?
Well, Daryl, this team has been so good at picking up stage points this week, but talking to crew chief Colpert, he said the strategy that they used, they are throwing that out the window.
Oh, you think you guys think that I have just a normal PS4 that I play on? Look, it's golden. Look, showing off my bling. It's golden. I got it. Limited edition. Only a very few people have this. Just think about that. I'm one of them.
Leads the first laps he's ever led on a road course in the Cup Series.
Excuse me.
Long live honor, and long live the truck that salutes those who've built this country. Ram, America's longest lasting pickups. Get 0% APR for 72 months, or get an average $11,468 in total values on Ram 1500 Bitcoin.
Busher Reaping
Right
Blade?
now, all your refreshing
What?
soft drink faves are just $1.
Did you see what I think you said?
Chilling poolside, stay cool while you check things off your summer bucket list. Like summer, any size soft drinks for $1 won't stick around long. Only at McDonald's.
Yeah, you said what I think.
Oh, hello.
That's a good picture to put in my mind. Thank you for that. I feel harassed, so I'm gonna report you on YouTube.
Whoa. Hole in one. And that's a par 5, mind you.
See how much you could save on car insurance. Go to geico.com today.
Only if it was live. What'd you say? See, the comments only stay on this screen for like 20 seconds, not if that, like 10 seconds, and then I have to check it on my phone. Oh, I hate Boris Said. I hate Boris Said so much, you don't even know.
Still the leader. He's extended because the battle was for second place. Truex up to second, Allmendinger up to third, with Murray back to fourth. Now Kyle Busch pitted from fifth place.
Why?
Green dot there.
It's over here, Mike.
Right here. Yeah, between turn 4 and 7. And the green dot is the leader. Here's what happened to cause Kyle to come to pit road.
Big lockup going into the braking zone at turn 11, just like his teammate, Daniel Suarez.
Got stuck, huh?
Jamie?
Yeah, and Kyle Busch was just telling his team a little bit more. He said, that's really weird. I locked up the left front going into 11. It should have been the right front. Not sure what's happening. He definitely flat spotted the tires. They got new tires on there, but he said no grip at all, and they're kind of wondering what's happening.
You know, Mike, I really don't think that these early pit stops, it's going to change your strategy, how you approach the next stage. I mean, he can stay out. I know he's on old tires, but he's got enough fuel. He can stay out.
This race is 110 laps, and the stage lengths are 25, 25, and 60.
Yep. Because I heard some guys, Jeff and I talked about this, maybe pitting early in these first stages and staying out in that second stage and winning that second stage.
Jeff, how about today's AARP keys to the drive?
Thank you, Mike. Tire management will be key because there's so much fall off, almost 3 seconds from the beginning of a run to the end. Grip will decrease dramatically over 20 laps or more. And drivers that have great car control will have more speed throughout a run. There are 2 key corners in turn 7 and turn 11.
You didn't help me.
Outbreak the competition and make passes, but there are 9 other corners where mistakes can easily be made and cost you the race. And unlike the majority of the ovals that these drivers go to and these crew chiefs, the ideal scenario at a road course is to be on pit road when a caution flies. The timing of your stop compared to the timing of a caution could put you in prime position to steal a stage or a victory.
Yes. Larson the leader by 1.3. Truex 1 second up on A.J. Allmendinger. The Dinger, 1.1 back of the lead.
In first gear through turn 7.
It's my belt.
Right up to second, then to third. Third,
have a
comes
belt.
into these S's, bounces off those curves on the right. This is the fastest part of the racetrack right here, turn 9. Fast left-hander swings right into the fastest right-hander on the track, turn 10. right there. What that is, he's focused on that 78 of Mart Jr. ahead of him, and he just missed the flip a tiny bit on that downshift. That's what causes that wheel hop that you hear. But it was just minor, no big problem.
It was minor, but if you do that very much, Mike, you damage the rear end. You can break the tubes off a gear. You can break the transmission. That wheel hop is a lot more violent than it sounds like on TV.
Well, there are a lot of different ways to work the transmission around this racetrack. Jeff, show us one.
Yeah, we were just watching A.J. Allmendinger.
I wish the grass was green.
Let's come off of turn 11 here and go up through the gears. They start in first gear there, up to second, up to third. Some will even use fourth gear as you round the corner, past the start-finish line in turn 1. Now you're going uphill. You downshift third, downshift to second. Some drivers will choose to go all the way down to first gear, but a lot of drivers using second gear all the way from turn 2 through 3, 3A, 4, all the way to 7, and that's where you'll see the drivers brake hard down to first gear. After you leave turn 7, a lot of wheel spin, a lot of acceleration up through the gears. First, second gear, into third gear through those.
Why does it go from turn 4 to turn 7?
All the way up to possibly fourth gear through turn 9, and turn 10, third gear, down to first gear, turn 11.
Just like skip 3 turns.
Pass for the lead.
Yeah, Mark Trix, could you go over that one more time? Because he just made a great pass. He caught this 42 car and drove right by him down into turn 11.
Well, we said during the break of how when the 78 of Mart Jr. gets by second place McMurray, watch how fast he runs down our leader, and boy, he sure did.
You'll see he just closes up. Trix just gets closer, closer, closer. And his car, all through practice, even in qualifying, he was so good through the S's and around turn 10, and he just got a better run down into turn 11 here, able to make that pass.
Now, late in the race, Kyle Larson might stay to the inside to block and tell Martin, you take the long way around, but he gave Truex plenty of room.
Well, you know, this was early in the race, and he saw him coming, and he said, you know what, it's too early for me to hold you off. Yeah, late. No, that's not going to happen late in this race.
Martin Truex Jr., the new leader from Kyle Larson and A.J. Allmendinger.
The Ford Summer Sales event is on.
I'll jump out and guide you back. Easy, son. This is going to blow your mind.
Whoa, my mind's blown.
Awesome. That is really cool.
It's
Take
not
on summer
cool.
right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 60 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales event, get 0% for 60 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 5th.
Welcome. It's me, the Extra Crispy Colonel. My Extra Crispy $20 Phillip feeds a family of 4. It's crunchy, juicy, and oh so tasty. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Things are about to get real. New Kingswood barbecue sauces. Real ingredients like brown sugar and smoked hickory. Built on 90 years of grilling tradition. Start something real. New Kingswood sauces.
This is an exercise in trust.
John Cena.
I don't like being blindfolded. It's dark. It's a scary place.
Trust me.
No grit.
I am a fighter.
No glory.
I think it was Shakespeare who said, elimination sucks.
John Cena hosts American Grit tonight at 9/8 Central on Fox.
John Cena's like awesome.
We're a lot like you. We have a passion for learning, communicating,
And that kid has like freaking toys out and he's playing on his tablet.
and off. And just
That's
like
me
you,
though too.
we don't like limits.
I mean, I got freaking
Which is why we're
this.
determined to deliver unlimited bandwidth and faster internet speeds. That's who we are. Spectrum.
Oh.
You've heard in a car wreck?
That's
Take
so
them off
lame.
them with maximum horsepower.
I was like so 5 years old.
We've got the horsepower to get you maximum money and keep you out of the courtroom.
We work to get you more money than just medical bills and lost wages.
And often we can get you money the insurance company isn't telling you about.
Whoa, cool.
Call the heavy hitters and let us put our
So this is the car that Chase Elliott is racing
Call
today.
Alexander and Ken Lano. We just love to
That.
work. Fast.
So dead.
Heavy hitters are all you need. Call 1-800-BOB-3033.
Here's today's Ford Performance Track Facts. Ford has 7 wins at Sonoma with 7 different drivers. Baby Allison got his only road course win here in 1991 after a vote from Ricky Rudd. And Allison and got the checkered flag for fourth. 12 laps complete.
Really, only 12?
In stage 1. Watch Larson here in turn 10.
I don't believe you.
I think Larson's used up his tires a little bit. He's gotten loose.
Oh, boy.
It's wide.
That is treacherous right there.
Allmendinger bounces. Takes over second.
You're into the fence.
Jamie?
And loose into the right-handers is what he's been fighting all weekend. They did make it better, but Jeff, to your point about using up his tires, I talked to his crew chief, Chad Johnston, this morning, and he said with his background in sprint cars, it's really hard for him to save that equipment and take care of those tires early. We will be reminding him, but that's exactly what's happened as he continues to get past Matt.
And Kevin Harvick taking over that mantle of the elder statesman in the sport, much like Jeff and DW had in their careers. On Saturday, he raced and won in the K&S race. He befriended a young man that he barely held off for the win, Will Rogers. He's here as Harvick's guest in the pit. They've struck up such a great friendship. Trying to pull off the double, though, as he takes that position. 0 words on the radio, just focused, hammer down.
Danica Patrick moving up right behind. She has been right all over the back bumper of Jamie McMurray.
And she's quietly been holding her own, Mike. She's right there in the 6th place. And really been doing a nice job just keeping pace.
She's doing a great job. And right behind her is Dale Earnhardt Jr. I think he has a really good car on the longer runs.
It's pretty aggressive. Watching him going off into turn 11 here. Ooh, a little block by Danica.
Oh, Junior. Junior. Oh. There's trouble with Danica Patrick, Kyle Larson, Dale Jr., and caution is out. 11 laps to go on the stage. That's not good at all.
Not a whole lot of racetrack. He locked it up and spun.
Yeah, I guarantee you will. He got on the brakes hard and started wheel hopping. That's the end result.
She made a defensive move, and Earnhardt locked him down.
Yeah, and there's so little rear spoiler in these cars. Not a lot of grip.
You see her move over a little bit.
I thought he made a great move. I thought she left just enough open, but when he got on the brakes hard and maybe went to that downshift, the back end came around.
That's 6th and 7th place right there, and quite a battle.
Oh. Don't show us the good angle. Show us, you know.
See if you can watch the rear tires. Just steps out.
See, I told you Junior wouldn't be doing good today.
Yeah, I definitely don't think there's much grip as you get lower in that braking zone. There's not a lot of grip there.
I think that damages. I think they'll be able to repair this car pretty good.
I just saw a girl NASCAR fan in the crowd, which means that one of her favorite drivers wrecked, either Danica Patrick or Dale Jr.
The left side's where the fast right-hand turns are, where you need that grip.
Guys, this
I laugh at myself
caution
sometimes.
comes at an interesting time. Everybody would love to change 4 tires. The pace has slowed down 2.5 to 3 seconds. I think if you're running outside the top 10, absolutely come get 4 fresh tires. But I think the question, who in the top 10 is worried about winning this stage, or as Jamie pointed out, or Chris Neville about Cole Purr and Martin Truex Jr., who's worried about winning the race?
Though in a second.
Your road is open this time by.
And I just think of guys like Kyle Larson. I think he got out there, ran hard, used up those tires, and was fading fast.
He's got some damage, too, on that.
I think some people are going to
rear quarter panel on his bank.
Yeah, you're right. They're definitely going to come because of that.
Here's what Danica had to say.
I needed a lot more help on that. I don't know what he did there. He locked him down when he went inside you there. I knew he was coming back up.
Well, then why did you tell her?
Now, earlier, it was an easy pass because Kyle Larson stayed way to the outside. And there was plenty of grip in the middle.
I think my
that
easy
inside
pass.
lane had no grip. That's what Dale Jr. was forced to. Chris.
And a bit of debate whether Martin Truex Jr. should come to pit lane. They opted at the last minute to come in. His only real complaint with the car is he was locking up the right front tire turning into turn 11. So just a little bit of a brake bias change, but no changes on this car.
What if they did, what if NASCAR did a drag race? That'd be cool. Like if the NASCAR cars did a drag race. Like not for points, just like for fun. Like a for fun race. You know those non-point races? Husky has a live feed? Really? I'm gonna look at that.
About coming in as well, but they're thinking about the end result. A 4-tire stop, wipe the grill, no changes for the one.
Gohan the Husky or who?
7 drivers stayed out. A.J. Allmendinger wins the race off pit road. Dale Earnhardt Jr. tries the pass. Danica Patrick goes to the middle lane, forcing Jr. to the bottom. On the brakes hard and around.
Outsmart your friends. Become legendary. Game of War. Download for free from the App Store.
Yeah.
Right now, some of your refreshing McCafe faves are just $2. So check Road Trip off your summer bucket list and stay cool with a treat. Don't wait. Like summer, $2 small McCafe smoothies, frappes, and shakes won't be here for long.
With Smithfield Fresh Pork, the possibilities are endless, so you can bring great flavor to any meal. With a variety of hand-trimmed cuts, from chops to tenderloins to ribs, Smithfield uses the highest quality fresh pork to bring out the best in every dish. And because Smithfield Fresh Pork can be easily prepared in so many delicious ways, you can bring great flavor to the table any night of the week. Smithfield Fresh Pork. Flavor hails from Smithfield.
Won't you come dream with me now, let's chase it on won't you come follow me now, won't you come dream with me now.
I see heartbreak, disappointment, and tears.
Is it Kentucky Speedway?
Yes. You must stay away from turn 3.
No, not again.
You mustn't go into turn 3.
It's the toughest turn on the circuit. The best love it. Others fear it. Don't miss the Quaker State 400 presented by Advance Auto Parts, July 8th.
A winning pit strategy is no sweat when you've got Degree antiperspirant. Degree, it won't let you down. Order it online and pick up in store using ClickList.
Finishing up the first caution of the day, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Sorry, I just inserted an ad so you guys saw the ad.
Restarted the tail end. 10 drivers ended up staying out once Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, and Trevor Bayne, who had made early pit stops,
Yeah, they'll pass them
around.
probably right away.
They will be 8th, 9th, and 10th on this restart. A.J. Allmendinger will be the first car that
Got a lot
made
of
pit stop under this
different
first
guys
caution
up
of the day.
front.
He'll restart 11th.
Yeah, Mike, this will be really interesting.
Busch is in the
fun
lead.
right now. It's almost like an experiment. We're going to see these guys on old tires. How are they going to hold up against these guys back a little bit in the field? How are they going to hold up against those 4 new tires?
Well, not very well.
9 laps to go in stage 1.
But that's the thing. There's not a lot of laps to go. So
Yeah, Husky, that guy you were talking about, his stream is black. It's literally like not even
some
on.
of those guys like Keselowski very well could do that.
If you don't have a win, you don't have any stage points, it's a pretty darn good game.
And remember, Kenseth, he started all the way at the tail.
Yep, Super Bowl 51.
And he's got a good car. He had passed several cars. He was running in the top, I think, right at 20th.
Yeah, Matt Kenseth lost an engine when the oil pump belt came off during one of those jarring curb jumps down at turn 4 during practice. Going to head for the Geico restart zone, and we'll get back underway here with 8 laps to race in stage 1. Buescher, Keselowski, Chevy Ford, front row.
Buscher and Keselowski battling for it. Oh, Buscher is actually doing pretty good, surprisingly good for right now. Kyle Busch is passing a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the problem. If these two guys in front up here, Buscher and the Keselowski, get squared away, get a little gap. It'll be hard for these guys with 4 tires to catch them, but they got to get squared away here and get a little gap.
3 wide into turn 4.
Kenseth, how did he miss that? How did he miss that?
Going on. Great battle for the lead with Chris Buscher and Keselowski, and Menard sliding in there on the inside of Kenseth.
Yeah, you see the 2-car got a little damage on the left front over there too, so that's a bad place to have damage on the road course. You lose a lot of front downforce.
Yes, he has. He's live, but look, he's recording his screen. He's literally recording his screen. I mean, he's filming his screen. At least you can see my face. At least you can see my actual reaction. I mean, granted, last night, in the last few nights, I don't show my face.
I've been impressed with Buscher this week, guys. I mean, Allmendinger's his teammate, and they have obviously worked together very well. But here this kid is leading this race.
Well, this just shows you how much grip is in those new tires. He easily made that pass, and you'll make passes on new tires against older tires in areas you'll never make a pass when you're on equal tires.
So Allmendinger now third, went from 11th to 4th in 1 lap on the restart. Matt.
Buscher has a great teammate, and Allmendinger is very generous with data, but also...
Did you just say Buscher?
Keep in mind, the 37 also won, as we battle for the lead here, he also won an Xfinity race at Mid-Ohio. Very good as far as the shifting, very smooth.
I think it's only the second race he's ever run here. He ran here last year, but I think it's pretty exciting. Just that he's leading the race.
So we started the race with Chip Ganassi 1-2. Here's JTG Doherty 1-2.
Yeah, and I think they'll take pretty good care of each other right here. Allmendinger's not going to rough up his teammate.
Want to bet?
No, he doesn't have to. He's got tires, and Buscher doesn't. I think he can make a pretty easy pass here.
Why are you calling him Buscher?
Allmendinger goes to first after, what, 2 laps? But look, nobody else behind him with newer tires has come up through there. I mean, Truex is in 5th right now.
We talk about how aggressive Allmendinger is, and on a road course, you've got to go. If you got tires and the other guy, you got to get him now.
The top drivers with new tires right now. Allmendinger the leader. Truex in 5th. Kyle Larson 7th. Jamie McMurray 9th. Blaney 11th. Harvick and Boyer 12th and 13th.
I think that 2-car's in a bit of trouble, Mike. Even though he doesn't have tires, he got all that left front damage, and I'm telling you, that's downforce that really hurts you on these road courses.
Kyle Busch just went into 2nd place. Remember, he had to pit under green, so he has fresher tires than those that stayed out. Of those that did stay out.
Kyle Busch now is 2nd behind Allmendinger. Allmendinger won the race that I went to a few years ago. At Watkins Glen. Who was at that race? This is so dank. Except for that, like, hour-and-a-half long red flag. And then the second red flag at the end of the race was like 20 minutes. I think we ended up having like 2 hours total of red flags. Still see the tire tracks from Ginger.
Remember that feeling thing we were talking about? You got to pick your fights. There are 11 turns on this road course. Don't get excited because you get messed up in one of them. It's like a golf game, Mike. You hit a bad shot, don't hit another bad shot. Put that behind you and move on.
Kyle Larson now 4th after pit stops.
Whoa. Little dust flying there. Well, look at that 21. Got down under Kenseth right there. Probably be able to make the pass.
Ryan Blaney raced here yesterday. Didn't finish, but got some valuable laps.
That's where Matt Kenseth blew his engine up.
And Harvick making a pretty nice move to the inside of Blaney.
Blaney and Harvick.
And here comes Boyer right with him.
Remember, this move happened.
Whoa. Oh, that's so treacherous.
Oh, that happened with his teammate Harvick not long ago. But Blaney's probably getting a little tired of getting squeezed going into those S's.
Lightning McQueen is moving on.
Here's Kevin Harvick making that move coming up to turn 7.
That's
Get a 21.
That's just great driving, great work by the spotters because the 21 of Blaney, he needed to know he was inside to give him enough room.
You saw what happened right there, Mike. The 78 went around the outside 18. Kyle Busch said, you got better tires, you're better than I am. He let him go. That was smart.
Do those courtesies get repaid later in the day?
They really do. You know, you kind of put that in the bank. You know that in a situation like that, you can trust that guy. Trust is important.
Larry, the pits will close with 2 laps to go in stage 1, and that's 2 laps from now. What do you do?
Well, I think on this lap, coming to the start-finish line, or maybe the next lap, I think a lot of drivers outside, well outside the top 10 especially, but even Matt Kenseth that didn't pit, I think they hit pit road before the pit road closes. That way they can stay out at the end of stage 1.
Yeah, Mike, it's really not a fuel race. It's a tire race. And you see what the difference in tires makes. And so that's what these drivers and teams are faced with. I got plenty of fuel, but I'm out of tires.
I'm going to first watch Brad Keselowski because he's not been to pit road yet today. He's in 5th place coming out of turn number 10. Stays out. How about Chris Buescher, who's now 12th after leading on that restart?
I think he's in, Mike. Buescher,
yes. He leads Jamie McMurray onto pit road, Kevin Harvick and others. Matt Kenseth came in.
Remember, they only need to make it to that commitment line, which is in front of those tires going into turn 11. So it's about 14 seconds is all they need. Chris?
Well, Danica Patrick just hit pit road. They're going to have to do a little bit of work on the nose of that car. The temperature's going up. And prior to that contact with Dale Jr., she was saying the car was working good. A little bit tight turning in, but good getting off. Matt.
And you can really see the difference in tires. Buescher dropped to about 13th or 14th. He hit pit road, a little bit of cosmetic damage, just lacking tremendous forward drive in his 37 car, Jamie.
Daniel Suarez continues work, and the 20 of Matt Kenseth, his teammate on pit road. They've had a tough weekend, so this would be great. They had the track position, took 4 tires there. But remember, he didn't qualify, guys. Started in the back today.
Thanks, Jamie. For the lead, here comes Truex. Chasing Allmendinger pretty hard, coming down to turn 11.
How good is Mart Truex Jr. on these longer runs?
Boy, that was a great pass, nice and clean.
Spin, Clint Boyer.
Uh-oh. A new leader, the 7th.
Clint Boyer.
We must be coming to the end of a stage.
Oh my god, I hate how they do that. They said Clint Boyer spins, and then they don't show us. I hate when they do that.
I think a little contact there.
I mean, NBC would be way better. They would show us right away. They wouldn't say trouble and then wait like 15 seconds before they show us.
The road's a busy place,
It's
man.
obnoxious. I hate it.
Comes into the box, very quiet on the radio. The car's been near perfect all weekend. He threw out his qualifying lap in round 2. Jamie.
And Kyle Busch just saying the drive off today, not very good on the 18. Jamie McMurray in as well. Balance has been really solid on the 1 car, and he's down and away.
As you can see, the leader is over here in the S's while those cars are on pit road. Pits are now closed.
Oh, I'm going to get something.
How many stages is Truex won now? Is that 11?
Way more than anybody.
He has set himself up nicely for the playoffs.
My, how many playoff points he has.
Oh, I'll get it after the stage. I'll get it after the stage.
1 second back, you get playoff points as well as championship points. You win a stage, and those carry with you all the way to qualifying for the season finale in Homestead. Now, Michael McDowell and Kurt Busch are said to have pitted while pit road was closed. So that'll be a penalty on 95 and 41. And Kyle Busch speeding on exit.
Oh, of course, yep, as usual.
That's what I was trying to explain, is it's about 14 seconds from when the leader gets to the start-finish line to the entry of pit road, that commitment line. So
Beep.
when they close those pits, if you were more than about 14, 13
This is only on a 2-second delay. It's really
road,
good.
you were going to get that penalty. Larry?
I had the argument this morning in the garage area. That's why you don't roll the dice. Do it with 3 to go. Don't cut it so close, trying to be tricky, and do it 2 to go. You get burned.
Yeah, Larry, you got
Bow,
to
bow, bow, bow,
that's the worst kind of beating you can take.
And a pass-through penalty here takes Homestead.
Talk about dirt track racing. And some that have dirt track experience, it pays off big.
Bow, 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 bow. I just wanted to make that loud interference. Truex wins stage number 1. Of course, another stage that Truex wins.
Kyle Larson, 5.5 back of the lead.
Okay, I'll be back in a second.
For the final stage point. Casey Kane in 9th, Boyer 10th. They're going to hold off Chase Elliott. Stage 1 at Sonoma is in the books. Martin Truex Jr. is a stage winner again.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
Changing the game. I'm talking about white chocolate, Kmart, Dr. J, and the answer, Allen Iverson. Half court, 3-on-3. And introducing the 4-point shot. Game changer. This is where the best to ever do it keep doing it. Y'all ain't ready for this. Yay.
Any auto dealer would love to have you come in and test drive a vehicle. We want you to test drive our dealership.
You don't care.
Jack McNerney Chevrolet in Tully. A great purchase happens when your new vehicle and the dealership both perform at the highest level. That's what you can expect here because that's what we work to deliver every day. Jack McNerney Chevrolet in Tully. We won't rest until we find the vehicle and the price that makes you completely satisfied. You're doing great, bud. Just keep it steady.
When there are people who have your back, you can take anything on. At Aspen Dental, we always have your back.
You did great, bud.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? No insurance? Get started today with a free new patient exam and x-rays plus extended financing.
Martin Truex has been a monster of a stage racer. That is his 11th stage win this season. He has won stage 1 in 3 of our last 4 races.
This is how good that car has been. Everywhere we go. We saw that in practice, Mike. We knew he was going to be tough today, and he's showing it.
So all of the top 20 right now either pitted on lap 15, or in the case of Morissette and Malicki, did not pit at all during stage 1.
This is what we've been waiting for, is stage racing here at Sonoma on a road course. We knew that there'd be a lot of teams choosing to come in 2 to 3 laps before the stage would end. This is going to change everything.
Little damage to the right front of Truex's car. He got that climbing the hill after a restart against the left rear fender of Allmendinger. They were both trying to make some gains.
Look at this. The 78 Martin Truex Jr. says, hey, I don't need fresh tires. I'm good.
I think that's a good strategy. I kind of like that. They pitted. They got enough fuel to go. I think, Larry, can they go all the way to the next stage?
Oh, absolutely, DW, because we're going to go back racing with only about 21 or 22 laps to the end of stage 2.
Matt, unique pit road here shaped like a dog leg.
Allmendinger making his way to his pit box. Channing Filler and Joe Slingel and the changers going to work. Significant adjustment. The car way too free everywhere. Air pressure change down in both rears. A little bit of tape on the grill. They get a chance. Jamie?
Kyle Larson says he's just loose everywhere right now. The rear is out of the track, and they think that damage on the right rear quarter panel is making it worse. So you see 4 tires there, and he stalls it. They try to push, and he stalls it. He's in the first pit box there. He gets a free fire. But, guys, they made an air pressure adjustment there.
Wow. Let's talk to Martin Truex.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin Truex Jr., it's DW. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
You are, buddy. We knew it was coming to the end of a stage because you took the lead, and that's your 11th stage win. You got 21 stage playoff points. Man, how do you do that?
Hey, you just got to lead right now, man. That's all there is to it. Guys done an awesome job this weekend on this thing. Just have fun out here. So, love road racing, and looking forward to keeping this thing up for all day. See what we can do. All this strategy is going to be nuts, so we'll just do what we can. But so far, it's been a lot of fun.
All right, buddy. We'll probably be talking to you again later on, so good luck.
Appreciate it, guys. Enjoy up there.
9 drivers did not pit at the end of stage 1, led by stage winner Martin Truex.
I'm doing that. See? All I have to do is click this button, then it happens, and I click that button, and it stops. I can just keep doing it. Why? I don't know.
Crisp, cold refreshment. It's what Busch is known for. What are you known for?
I'm cool under pressure. What is it? A fish hook? Golly.
Busch.
They're back. And at Outback, our sweet, tender snow crab legs come in a big bowl Outback steak. And speaking of big, why not go full Aussie and go for a full pound? Steak and crab starts at just $15.99. But hurry in. When they're gone, they're gone.
The old rules of TV are no longer with us. We're watching here, and here, and here. This is live TV, and we can store more shows than you could ever watch. We can even watch on 5 devices, all at once. The rules of TV have changed. It's time to change how you get it.
Oh, snap. Every truck guy has their own way of conveying powerful. Yeah,
PlayStation.
Kind of looks like a monster coming to meet you. Holy smokes.
That is awesome. Strong.
You got the basic and you got the beefy.
I just think it looks mean.
Incredible.
No way. Getting goosebumps.
Get 17% below MSRP on all Silverado 1500 LT pickups in stock. That's over $8,100 on this Chevy Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Claim your free Bloomin' Onion on Mondays after Kevin Harvick places in the top 10. Harvick currently 10th as we get ready for the restart. At the end of stage 1, Martin Truex Jr. was the leader as pit road opened. You'll see him come down toward pit road. He does not stop. Second place, A.J. Allmendinger dives in. Here's Allmendinger's radio.
So we made our bed for this segment. Where we're at on tires. We're going to have to run this segment all the way through. Make sure we save it to the end. 10 for I thought about just staying out when the 78 stayed out, but my his car is pretty good, so yeah, 10-4.
All right, earlier we had reported Kurt Busch penalized for pitting when pit road was closed, but once they came onto pit road and realized the mistake, crew chief Tony Gibson said, "Don't stop, keep going." no penalty because he did not make a pit stop when pit road was closed.
And Mike, we heard the talk about the 78 car, and he has more options than maybe the other guys do because his car is so good.
That's interesting, actually.
You know, this is going to be a good test for him right here. He's on these older tires, but not that much older. Allmendinger's going to restart 22nd.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful. We've seen him be super aggressive on restarts. He's going to have to be a little more patient now and save those tires. But I think getting out of sequence with that 78 is what's going to possibly win them the race.
Allmendinger's the first car that stopped at the end of stage 1. He is 22nd. Kyle Larson 23rd. As Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney lead them to the Geico restart zone. Here we go. Stage 2.
Here we go. Back green.
Is all over the back of this 78. He would like to get by, looks to me like, and he got a pretty good car.
Well, I wonder, DW, does it take a couple laps for that 78 of Montrez Jr. to come in? He's so fast in the longer runs. Surely he doesn't have the speed on the short run also.
I think where he's really accelerates and excels is down through these S's. He is so fast through the S's, better than anybody.
Yeah, if you look at the platform of his car, look how it just stays so flat. Aerodynamically, it does seem to be in the best position for the higher speed S's in turn 9 and 10.
Yeah, I've watched him so far, and he gaps everybody down through the S's. And once you get that little cushion between you and the guy behind you, you can kind of focus on your line and don't have to worry about where that guy is. There's just some place on this track, Mike, that you really need to be good. We just left one of them, turn 11. Let me accelerate out of there. It's going to be pretty hard for you to pass me till we get all the way up to the other end of the track if you have a shot at all.
Bullwick trying to hold off Jamie McMurray and Jimmy Johnson up the hill.
It's fun coming up that hill, Mike. I mean, sometimes you get up there and you say, man, I could have driven a lot further because you're going uphill. And you goose it and you say, whoops, I think I might have went too far that time.
It's amazing how much that hill slows
PlayStation
the car down
right
without any break.
I'm not going to be live streaming tonight, by the way.
Going down this hill right here faster than you realize.
Oh.
And the 23 goes around. That's the Israeli driver, Alon Day, from the NASCAR Euro Series.
Wait for a long day.
And caution is out.
Some damage to the 17.
Oh, man. That car.
How did the 17 get damaged?
What happened?
I don't even know. Don't ask me.
Look at that left front is... Let's see what happened
Danica.
here.
Oh, it's a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Seen that so many times. Oh gosh. Yeah, I saw that in Loudon, 2013.
Oh, they were 3 wide.
Danica and Ricky like wreck each other.
Yep.
Or Ricky wrecked Danica.
Turns her around.
And that's the caution flag.
I was actually at that race.
Man, backs right into Stenhouse.
I'm sure Stenhouse thought she would lock it down and keep it, but not that you have that much control when your car's out doing what hers is doing, but I know that's what he thought was going to happen.
So maybe the photographer guys probably got it.
That's a hard lick.
Hopefully.
She was in 19th place.
Having a great run. The car is good.
Ricky was 22nd.
Yikes, right there.
You know, and it's so hard with spotters here to try to cover all these areas, and then you have somebody, dives 3 wide trying to make a big move there.
That's what happens when you have tires, don't have tires. You're so much faster than some of the cars in front of you, and you take a chance. You've got more grip than they do, and you end up with a situation like this. Car's pretty destroyed. I tell you, I noticed the left front is just really pushed in.
Chris?
And boy, just a tough race for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This team has had 2 good finishes the last 2 weekends when they said they just had an average car, but not going their way today. And Ricky just said, hey, let's just pound that hood down so I can see, and then let's take a look at the damage on the left front.
There's plenty of it. Now, you see them working with that broken piece that came off. They're not allowed to add new pieces to that bodywork. Larry?
Yeah, here at a road course, a lot like a short track. Really and truly, the only thing you have to have is you have to have the deck lid with the rear spoiler, the roof itself, the rear bumper, and all the safety features like the roof flaps and the hood flaps and all. Everything else can just be cut off, which honestly, with the 5-minute clock, that's probably the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Only problem I see there, Larry, is it's all right there in the left front, right in front of the driver. The crush panel is obviously knocked out. That thing, he's going to get a lot of heat up in the car.
Danica's car, that was a top 10 car.
Yep. I just don't see how he's going to drive that car. That left front, the whole suspension is pushed in.
Caution flag of the day for a multi-car incident at turn 4.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is on.
It's gonna work. I promise you. We can figure this out.
A little help?
Hold on, Mom. Look, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's not a question. It's a thing.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 5th.
While cars, tracks, and drivers may change, the smooth citrus taste that drives us remains the same. Only Mellow Yellow.
Thanks to Lance Corporal Daniel F. Swain. Corporal John Harrison Keener Jr. I just would like to thank the Navy. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank no one.
The land of the free.
I'd like to thank myself for looking so sexy.
We understand the value of hard work. We know great things don't happen overnight.
Yeah, they do.
We believe the greatest achievements are the ones you earn. With every appointment, every call.
Great things do happen overnight. I mean, my video was uploaded overnight, so. Same.
We get up earlier. We work harder. Because connecting you to what matters to us. That's who we are. Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be.
No.
I still can't believe we lost.
The world is dying. You were his last hope.
You're watching the Toyota Save Mart 350 on FS1. Today, I'm honoring the USO as part of NASCAR Salutes refreshed by Coca-Cola. Go to NASCAR.com/salute to share your message.
I don't want to.
Thanks, Denny. It'll be 17 to go in stage 2. Denny Hamlin.
Does anybody actually think that people are going to go to NASCAR.com/salutes? Do they actually expect someone's going to do that?
XSE leading the field and heading for cover.
What's going through their mind? Honestly.
Little Evan car's pretty tough on these road courses, you know. He's pretty strong.
Here we go, back green.
Keep an eye on him. And I tell you, another guy that's wearing that 78 out is that 21 car, Blaney. I mean, he's trying every way he can to get by Martin Truex here.
Yeah, he was an impressive DW yesterday in qualifying, tossing that 21 all over this racetrack.
Well, this is a little drag race here.
We're not seeing any 3 wide on this restart. You think everybody's settled down just a little bit?
They may have learned their lesson for now. May have to go back to school later.
No, I think we just need to go further back to where AJ
There we go.
So there's just a 3 wide right there.
Paul Menard took him 3 wide as he tried to follow Allmendinger through that hole, and did.
You get on those curves, you're going to bounce into something or someone.
Eric Jones.
Me.
Jones riding behind AJ Allmendinger. Stay right there, son.
Yeah,
You're going to learn something.
School's in session.
Eric Jones up to 19th. Him and Allmendinger running along there pretty good. 18th and 19th. Not bad for a kid who started, had trouble in practice.
Wow. Allmendinger. Oh, he's going to lose
Oh,
it.
Allmendinger.
Come around. He tried to go forward.
Oh.
Damage.
Oh, man, he really lost
Allmendinger's,
Take one of our major contenders.
there's a car, 2 cars stopped on the track. And no caution. Casey Mears involved, no caution. Just no caution. Okay.
Was very aggressive.
Okay, just no caution after
We're
that.
still green, by the way.
It's like NASCAR Heat Evolution. We could have like 5 guys wrecking, 1 guy upside down,
Let's watch this again coming down.
and they won't bring out a caution. And yet, if someone gets put in the wall, they'll bring out a caution.
Yeah, I think when you get down on that inside, you see him kind of bottled down on that inside. There's a lot of dirt and trash down there.
Yeah, that's Busher. He's on the outside and going around.
Yeah, and I just don't think he expected all those cars, like De Benedetto, to move to the left. He's been seeing cars block that inside lane. He can go the outside and roll around there.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was just too...
I think Kyle Larson might have clipped him. Clint Boyer definitely did.
Oh, he wheel high.
42 is going to be covered at the bottom here. Hold on to it.
42 guy.
Matt?
Great observation, Jeff. A wheel hop by the 47 came on the radio and told the team, we've killed it.
I don't know if he killed her or not, but it's pretty
dead.
Good, I can tell you that. We see parts flying off, hanging off the back of it.
Oh, that's just a tail light panel.
Well,
it's about to be light.
Get Marathon ready. Get ready to fix that.
Jamie.
Yeah, they're
You're just
talking on
making
the
a
radio
dad
right now.
joke?
There was smoke in the left rear. Chad Johnston, though, just said, don't change tires. Put the tires down. Let's just pull the quarter panel. Let's fix the car up. Make sure that there's no more rubs. But he believes right now that the tires are okay. Remember, Larson started from pole, led 9 laps. They want to get this car back to the way it was. But he's had damage not once now, but twice, Mike.
and Mike, remember Chad Johnson, he was Martin Truex's crew chief here in 13 when Martin won the race. So if he knows this racetrack, got an aggressive young driver, don't count him out.
Now you see he's the gray dot, Truex is the green, so about half a lap separate them now. NASCAR having a look at the rear bumper cover on A.J. Allmendinger. Here's A.J.'s radio.
Keep going, buddy. You're fine. It's just cosmetic. Just keep going. We're fine. We'll get you fixed up. We got to stay out.
I like that.
You know, look, the spoiler is intact and right in its rightful position, so how bad does it look, Larry?
Well, one thing I did misspeak about a while ago, Mike, is it's a road course. You can cut that rear bumper away. It's not mandatory that it has to be on there. I think the reason NASCAR's watching it
Yeah, he
is
probably
in case
sped
there's
coming on.
pit road now is just to rip it off and keep going.
They're certainly going to have to fix that quarter panel behind the left rear tire.
Looked like he was speeding coming on.
That's not doing him any favors on these fast right-handers.
I like getting rid of that rear bumper myself.
So Martin Truex leads Ryan Blaney by 1.8, but Blaney's got a mirror full of Denny Hamlin. Back at 5th, Joey Logano, Jamie McMurray, Kevin Harvick go at it. Up to turn 7. Hamlin got 2nd place. There's McMurray to the inside of Logano for 5th.
Yeah, just remember Hamlin, he and Tony Stewart had a heck of a battle here last year. Tony Stewart ended up winning the race. Hamlin runs 2nd, but you heard Denny say, I really like where our road course program has been the last year.
Let's go to the garage, check with Chris.
And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. cleared from the infield care center. Ricky, these restarts so intense here at Sonoma. What happened over in turn 4?
Yeah, they were just 3 wide in front of us, and looked like they all 3 hit together, and then Danica spun there and tried to get down below it and hit it. So, I saw it. I don't need to see it. I was in the driver's seat. So, it was just unfortunate. We were having a little issue with our engine temps that we were looking at, but all in all, just really trying to bide our time and save the tires. We saved us at that first stage. We were going to try to do the same thing there, that second stage. So we had more tires left for the end of the race. Now we got Goodyears left that aren't going to get used. Thanks, Ricky.
Stenhouse out of the race, you saw the foot the final Alan Day's car.
You can see back there behind Danica, Parts are getting ready to fly up for that 23 car, I'm afraid.
Ty Dillon trying to get by.
looks like they've been racing demolition derby somewhere.
Now they're all on the lead lap racing for position. That was back at 30th. Here's Denny Hamlin, who has now picked up a hitchhiker. Jimmy Johnson is coming to third.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you say Jimmy Johnson?
Yes, I did. Matt.
Mike, this morning I was in the 48 hauler talking to Chad Canals on a big dry erase board in the front. He had the team's pit strategy laid out with several options.
You didn't talk to him. We actually have good people who talk to him. People who are worthwhile in his life.
15 and 23, they feel like things are starting to sit pretty for the 48.
We just made a textbook pass of Denny Hamlin for
I felled it.
2.8 seconds
Felled it.
behind
Oh,
Martin Truex
caution.
Jr. And caution is out for debris in turn 11.
Caution for debris. I mean, we had like 5 cars stopped on the track. No caution, but debris in turn 11. Should we have a caution?
Jimmy Johnson, Hamlin, and Blaney close up under caution.
Had a caution. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but we had a caution for that. I'll be back. I'll be back.
KFC's new Spicy Crispy Zinger Chicken Sandwich is now available on a $5 fill-up. Because who wants to spend $7 on a meal at a burger place when you could spend $5 on a meal at KFC? You need another reason? I didn't think so. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Run as fast as you can.
You can't catch me, I'm gingerbread man.
It will be mine.
Feeling the pressure, but you know I ain't stressing. Every day is a blessing, so I'm just gonna keep pressing. They say I am the greatest.
I've got it now. Introducing an all-new crossover, Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Choices to make as we're under caution and pit road is open. Some come in, some stay out, Chris.
And we see Martin Truex Jr. hitting the box. Cole Kern said over the radio, I like where this is in our fuel strategy, so they're coming. Not a lot of complaints about this car today. His only issue, still talking about that brake bias, the setting a little bit too far to the rear. Jamie.
And Ryan Blaney decided to pit as well. His strategy, follow the 78 today. Car's been pretty good, just a little bit tight.
You're going to see the 78 take a bit of a hit here. His front tire changer had all kind of trouble on the left front. Or right front, I'm sorry.
Let's go down to Chris Myers.
Hi, thanks, Mike. And time for a KFC Zinger race break. A quick recap here with 71 laps to go in Sonoma. With Michael Walker, Kyle Busch, tire prop came into pit following the last drop from 5th to 36, still searching for that first win of the year. Lap 14, Junior, Dale Earnhardt Jr. slides through turn 11 into Kyle Larson, and in the 10 car, Danica Patrick.
Yeah, she had nowhere to go. Just tight racing down in the corner. You could see Clint Boyer gets a bit of a shove there from Brad Keselowski as they're racing for position over in the Essex.
2 laps left in stage 1. Clint Boyer with a spin. Martin Truex takes stage 1. He has led the lowest laps in 3 wide here in Sonoma. Dangerous, and again, Danica Patrick, the victim, and boyfriend Ricky Stenhouse Jr. involved.
Well, just the passing zones are so intense on the restart. You got to grab every spot you can get. Danica got spun around, and Ricky could not avoid her car.
right now with Jimmy Johnson, who has only won here once, even though he's a 7-time NASCAR Cup champion. With McMurray right behind him, Johnson has moved to the front.
And you know, Larry McReynolds and the guys have done a great job talking about strategy, but I'm telling you, Chris, there's no telling when these guys are going to fit. You see so many differing plans right now. Jimmy Johnson, when he started back in the 24th position, he's had a fast car all day long driving through the field. Now he's established himself as a leader, but he's off sequence with some of the other guys.
And that is your KFC Zinger race break. Back upstairs to Jeff Darrell Mike.
Thanks, Chris. 17 drivers did not pit, including the first 7 who have the oldest tires. They've been on there since lap 23. The cars from 18th on back just stopped now at lap 39, so that's a 16-lap difference.
Things are going to be interesting at the front. We see how Johnson does here with McMurray, but then there's Harvick. He's closed up. There's Kenseth. He's back in the hunt. And there's Buscher. He's back up there. So some good cars.
How frustrating that must be for Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, those that came into pit, fresh tires, but you've got about 16 cars to go through to get back to the lead.
You can do it, but it's going to take a while.
Pace car heads for home.
Here we go, back green.
Address themselves to the starting line.
Big start by the 48 right there. Got a great jump.
Murray has the edge at turn 1, but at turn 2, he's caught on the outside.
See what that allowed Harvick down low. They're still bumping and banging.
What that allowed the 48 to do, he had a great start. He didn't have to run up the hill so hard. But when he got up there, he could accelerate hard and get that nice, comfortable lead right there.
I think McMurray's real happy about that move that Harvick made.
Inside by himself, he's in there row.
Gets the spot back.
Johnson's leader
yesterday. This is big.
Billy Johnson on the inside.
Yeah, they were 3 wide at turn 7. That's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe they made it out. Yes. Clean on the other end.
That's not very gentlemanly. I know my name's Johnson, right?
Road racer Johnson, a 1-race substitute for Eric Almirola, still on the mend. Bubba Wallace returns to the 43 next week. Right with Eric Jones.
His windshield wiper.
Yeah.
And to his left, Michael McDowell. And just in front, Daniel Swerve.
No, I'm not gonna sub to you. I'm not being mean to you, but like I just hate it when people like go sub for sub. Like if you like my channel, subscribe. If I like your channel, I mean I might check it out. If I like your channel, I subscribe. I don't think it should be like a trade deal. I mean that's not like real subscribing. That's just subscribing for numbers. So, I think if you like my videos, you can subscribe. I'm not yelling at you. It's just like, if you like my videos, you can subscribe. If not, you don't have to subscribe.
I don't think Harvick's very happy with Mr. McMurray.
Plenty of room there.
And McMurray said, you wanted that, man, take it.
All clear.
Harvick kind of returned to his roots yesterday, Mike. Won a K&N race here yesterday. And laps are laps. I think it pays off.
Speaking of paying off, is Jimmy Johnson on the way to his first stage win of 2017.
Well, and I think we're going to find out what kind of race car. We know Jimmy Johnson's a great race car driver, and he's won here at Sonoma before, but we're going to find out how good he is right now because Kevin Harvick earlier in this race, he was a top 2 or 3 race car. Now he's in second. We'll be able to compare those lap times and see what kind of contender Jimmy's going to be in this race.
Now, these top 12 cars all have about the same wear on their tires, so they're pretty evenly matched.
And I tell you, I just saw Kenseth make a great move in that 20 car. You remember, he started in the rear, and he's finally worked his way up here to 3rd place and got a pretty good-looking race car.
After losing an engine in practice, they chose not to qualify, so started in the back, but with fairly fresh tires. Matt did a good job of working his way up front. We're going to take you double wide with Jimmy Johnson leading and 8 laps to go in stage 2 at Sonoma.
Johnson wins this race, I'm going to cry.
like to say thank you to them that are watching at home and in the stands.
Thanks to Lance Corporal Daniel F. Swain.
I want to thank the Army, the Navy,
Lance Corporal Scott Harper and the local VA.
Master Sergeant Anthony Ray Charles Yost. Corporal John Harrison Keener Jr.
And Petty Officer Joshua Thomas Harris.
I just want to thank the Marines. I'd like to thank the USO. I just want to thank the Air Force.
And Lance Corporal Taylor Przenski.
Gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The land of the free, because of the brave.
So your new prescription does have a few side effects.
Oh, like what?
You're gonna have dizziness, nausea, and sweaty eyelids, and in severe cases, chronic flatulence.
No.
So gassy, girl. So gassy. If you're boys to men, you make anything sound good. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Next.
Next. Smithfield marinated fresh pork. Perfect anyway for bringing the family together. Grilled, roasted, sautéed, or slow cooked. The prep work is done, so your meal is ready in about 30 minutes. So you'll never miss a beat. Enjoy real flavor, real fast. With Smithfield marinated fresh pork. Flavor hails from Smithfield.
KFC's new spicy crispy zinger chicken sandwich is now available on a $5 fill-up. Because who wants to spend $7 on a meal at a burger place when you could spend $5 on a meal at KFC? You need another reason? I didn't think so. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Every lap timed to 100th of a second. Every gallon measured down to the last drop. Every tire holding till its last tread. Each moment building with pressure. But no matter the precision put into a car or a race, the path to victory is through total chaos.
Suarez just had a little bit of trouble. He was in a double-double, but he's had a little bit of trouble.
Daniel Suarez getting a rude introduction to Sonoma. He just had a snap spin, grabbed a gear, and got going again.
I think he might have got a little help. Just a little bit.
Billy Johnson.
Yep. Denny Hamlin takes evasive action, so does Joey Logano.
Denny was down the inside, maybe going to make a move on Billy Johnson. See the damage on the nose of Billy Johnson from that contact.
Suarez was 10th. He recovers in 21st.
Other than aerodynamically messing the front of the car up, it's not in the grill area. It's in the hood area.
How about the aerodynamics on this 18 and Kyle Busch running way at the back of the field?
Well, this happened when A.J. Allmendinger spun. He plowed into the back of David Reagan.
Right here.
Yeah, see that.
So they all start to check out behind the 42 because they're going to get to the 47 and makes pretty significant.
As Kyle said on the radio, he didn't know that Allmendinger had spun.
Yeah. Where that damage is on the 43 and the 18, it won't hurt the cooling at all because it's above the grill. Right. It might hurt the aerodynamics of the car a little bit, but that's not, it doesn't do you in anyway.
Well, I don't know if that answers the question why the 18 and Kyle Busch is so far behind the rest of the field.
I think it's strategy.
I look forward to seeing how that works out.
I know how I hope it is.
Kyle Busch right now is the last car running, 38 seconds behind the leader. Now, Brad Keselowski has a bit of damage from earlier, but keeps moving forward. He's up to 4th now, behind Matt Kenseth. Leader Jimmy Johnson, 2.5 seconds ahead of Harvick. Kenseth 5 back, Keselowski 6 seconds back. Matt?
Mike, a number of trade secrets sprinkled throughout the field, and from Brad Keselowski, due to the extreme wear and tear on the right palm shifting, and here at Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and Pocono, he wears a baseball-type glove. You can see the 3 different pads on pressure points just to try to save the wear and tear on that palm.
This just shows you how technology's come along. I used to just wrap it with tape. Now they've got some pretty cool gloves out there you can wear.
Yeah, I remember when we had the H pattern on the shifter knob. That thing would eat your hand up. We finally figured out make a slick knob. It helped a little bit.
Hey guys, the window is open. We may see a lot of drivers hitting pit road here now because especially if you're outside the top 10. There's McMurray and Kurt Busch now, and they're inside the top 10. The window is open. Pit road will be closed next time by.
Setting themselves up for stage 3, coming onto pit road. McMurray, Kurt Busch. Chris?
Yeah, we can see Danica Patrick coming to pit lane, still dealing with that damage limit. She has told the team that you need to pound that hood down. I'm having a little bit of tough time seeing over the ripple in the hood, which is making it tough to see the curves out here.
That, and when you come up over turn 3, they're headed for turn 4. That's a blind spot anyway. You got the hood bumped up in front of you. I think you can't see down that hill. That's a problem.
Jamie McMurray driving the same car he raced here last year. It's been good, too. The balance has been solid. They made a slight air pressure adjustment there and a 4-tire stop.
Kyle Busch staying out and not really at speed, but not off the pace either. Tire conservation mode?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine the damage has him running that slow when we heard that radio transmission, so it wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Section 5, 14 too fast on pit road, section 5.
And that was exactly
Lawyer?
This goose decided to fly along the side of this guy's truck.
Matt?
And Kevin Harvick's team up on the wall waiting for that 4-car to hit pit road. Eric Maycroft and Daniel Smith, the changers, they're ready to go to work. Stan Doolittle, the big jackman, ready to get that right side up. Harvick finally said the balance is shifted to the free side on the right-hander. So air pressure adjustment on the floor to try to fix that. Chris?
Martin Truex Jr. back in pit lane was just out there for about 7 or 8 laps since their last stop, and problems up on the right front corner. Having a tough time changing that tire up there. Now finally working their way over to the left side of the car. Lots of problems on this stop, guys.
Had a problem on the last stop. The front tire changer did getting that right front off, and had the same thing again.
Whatever they have going on, the suspension and the shocks, it holds those front tires so far up inside the fenders, they can't get them out of the fender well.
That's why we have that piece of tape on the steering wheel, Mike, is to keep that wheel straight so that we can get these tires out. You may have that off a little bit, or it's just like Jeff said, he didn't drop down far enough.
I watched when they raised the left side up, that left front tire never moved. It was still up inside the fender well.
Unbelievable.
Guys, remember, we saw that in practice. Even when we would go across the rumble strips and the car would get up in the air, those front tires never moved in the wheel opener.
Well, that gives Jimmy Johnson a lead of 6 seconds over Brad Keselowski. Matt Kenseth, another half second, almost a full second back.
Mike, what's funny about a lead like that? You kind of slow down, save tires, save fuel, you go faster. it amazes you sometimes, and you try not trying so hard, actually run better lap times.
10 spots, 10 points available in stage 2, and right now Ryan Newman in 10th. On the right of your screen, Kyle Larson trying to take it away.
Now, Mike, you get that body damage like we've seen a couple cars, 18 and some of the others. You have to adjust your driving style. Maybe it made the car push a little bit more and do something that wasn't doing before. You kind of adjust to that, and then you pick speed back up.
Kyle Larson is going to try to cross under there. At 7, keeping close tabs on Newman as race leader Jimmy Johnson is for turn 11.
Well, I think he's answered the question. How good is their car? How good is Jimmy Johnson? Well, he's had no problem maintaining this lead.
Final corner of stage 2 in Sonoma.
And Johnson wins stage number 2.
And Jimmy Johnson gets the green and
better
white
not win the
checkered
race.
tablecloth. Brad Keselowski second. And Larson gets Newman, or does he?
Great race.
No, he doesn't.
He didn't make it.
Newman doesn't give up easy.
Final stage point, Ryan Newman.
You might have 4 tires, but I'm Ryan Newman.
Jimmy Johnson has won 3 races this year, but this is his first mid-race stage win of the season.
Long live the courageous, the tenacious, the ones who push forward and give back. Long live the greater good.
the truck built to outlast them all. Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups.
Get 0% APR for 72 months, or get an average $11,468 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
My 5 hour is my motivation.
My 5 hour keeps me cooking. My 5 hour energizes my workout.
My 5 hour keeps me on the trail.
My 5 hour gets me through finals.
My 5 hour helps me keep up with these guys.
What's your 5 hour?
What's your 5 hour?
What's your 5 hour?
The 1954 nuclear test. They were trying to kill something.
It's time to show that man is king.
Skull Island. Own it 4 weeks before Blu-ray.
Right now, all your refreshing soft drink faves are just $1. Whether diving in or chilling poolside, stay cool while you check things off your summer bucket list. Like summer, any size soft drinks for $1 won't stick around long. Only at McDonald's.
Things are about to get real. New Kingswood barbecue sauces. Real ingredients like brown sugar and smoked hickory. Built on 90 years of grilling tradition. Start something real. New Kingswood sauces.
Stay 2 nights, save 20%, plus earn 1,000 bonus points. Book today at daysend.com.
You said like tonight was gonna be risky business.
K&N high-flow air filters, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow.
They're back. And at Outback, our sweet, tender snow crab legs come in a big bowl Outback steak. And speaking of big, why not go full Aussie and go for a full pound? Steak and crab starts at just $15.99. But hurry in, when they're gone, they're gone.
NASCAR Heat 2 is coming September 12th, featuring Kyle Busch on the cover. Pre-orders open July 10th. The pits are open as we end stage 2. 4 of the top 6. We're not even in the top 25 at the end of stage 1. Johnson, Keselowski, Kenseth, and Earnhardt, who's made a nice recovery, up to 6th after being involved in that crash at lap 31. So is Kyle Larson up into the top 11 after being involved in that same incident.
Not bad news for them. They're going to go back to about 15th or 20th after this pit stop.
And Jimmy Johnson and Brad Keselowski 1-2 hitting pit road. Keselowski says the car is just too free. They're trying to take care of the rear tires, just trying to nurse it. The left-handers are much worse. Air pressure change on the 2. Meanwhile, the 48, Johnson says he just loses grip as the run goes on. He tried the track bar adjuster, did not help. Jamie?
This is the only track in NASCAR Matt Kenseth does not have a top 5. He's been running top 5 so far today. He said don't mess with him much, little loose in the S. Is a 4-tire stop.
Here's the race off pit road, fueled by Sunoco. Johnson, Keselowski. And a tip of the hat to Sunoco CEO Bob Owens, who was announced to retire at the end of this year. He's been a great leader, brought Sunoco into NASCAR as the official fuel.
What do you say we dial up our stage runner, Jimmy Johnson? Hey, Jimmy, this is Jeff. Buddy, we're not used to seeing you win stages. We're used to seeing you win races. What's going on out there? You're looking pretty good.
Yeah, we got a green flag for once, so that's cool. Just glad to be in a good rhythm. I've been searching a little bit since we got here Friday. And I'm tough Friday, tough Saturday, but man, Sunday's looking pretty good.
Well, tell me about this pit strategy. I mean, we're seeing it flip around so much. How difficult is that for you guys as a team to deal with?
And I don't know how it's going to play out in the end. I mean, it's fun to pass cars. It's fun to have varying strategies on the track. Like the show bar strategy puts us with the best tires towards the front there at the end. I definitely think this low Chevy's fast enough to win. We'll just see how this baby unfolds.
All right, man. Well, it's been fun to watch. Good luck the rest of the way. Good luck on this restart.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Cole Witt had a tire violation on his stop, and Clint Boyer will now serve his penalty for being too fast on pit road.
Outsmart your friends. Here come legendary Game of War. Download for free from the App Store.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is on.
It's gonna work. I promise you. We can figure this out.
Little help?
Hold on, Mom. Look, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's not a question. It's a thing.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 5th.
Saturday, the Marlins battle the Brewers as FS1 kicks off the July 4th weekend. Then the fireworks continue on Fox. Powerhouse Aaron Judge.
I'm really thinking that by the time that we are watching the race next week, and that's actually saying a lot because the race next week on Saturday night, not even Sunday.
Celebrate American independence with MLB Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, only on FS1.
That's really cool to think
then
that
it's 7
next
Eastern
time I'm
on
watching
Fox.
a cup race,
The one in the back.
Brittany will have her baby.
Faster, lady, faster.
Okay.
Can I help? We'll be right back,
Nothing new there.
Look, I get it, but Aspen Dental is making things easier with low prices every day, so you don't have to break the bank.
That seems easy.
It is. Now nobody move. We've got free toothbrushes for everyone.
We're a different kind of dentist. With 20% off your treatment, we're easier. Oswego County Federal Credit Union, our home equity line of credit is helping families send their loved ones off to college. Providing that new kitchen, repair, or makeovers, we're sending families on much-needed vacations and ensuring peace of mind when it comes to debt consolidation. Ask us about a low-interest, no-closing-cost home equity line of credit today. We recognize that life's journey comes with a variety of milestones, makeovers, and memories. Oswego County Federal Credit Union is making it a little easier for you because our members are like family.
From the city by the bay, you cross the Golden Gate Bridge, come up the 101, take a right on 37, hug the coastline, all the way to Sears Point and Sonoma Raceway, down to the eBay Motors pit box and Matt.
Now, Mike, here at Sonoma, this may be the most challenging place for the Goodyear tire engineers to come up with a tire. Now, all four corners run the same tire coat, but this is where it gets a little bit dicey because of the extreme braking, but also the extreme acceleration. You try to keep the tire together. Now, when they have the splice right here, which is what they marry together in the tire mold, they change it. Basically, the right front and left rear is run on the same corners. That way, under extreme braking and acceleration, this splice does not come apart. It really doesn't make it vulnerable. And by the way, if I could add, let's do a little happy 80th. My hero, the king, in about another week.
Richard Petty. And we're going to celebrate Wednesday evening on Race Hub, special edition. Happy birthday party. A lot of surprise guests for Richard Petty. He's not watching TV right now, so yeah. We don't have to tell him Jimmy Johnson's going to be there, right?
Y'all know him as the king. I know him as Mr. King.
On the restart, Denny Hamlin and Dale Earnhardt Jr., the first 7 cars pitted at lap 39. There's Junior's day after the spin-out caused a downward spike in that graph. Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, teammates in row 2, then Larson and Kane, Kyle Busch and Harvick, Kurt Busch and McMurray, the top 10. They round the slowest corner in NASCAR and head for the Geico restart zone.
And where's Jimmy Johnson? 22nd.
Oh, yeah, Johnson's 22nd. I find that pretty funny, actually. I like that. Going back green. Hamlin and Junior is in second. He had trouble earlier. And Junior's in second right now. But Hamlin has the lead. Oh, okay. Hamlin has taken the lead. Kyle Busch, he was in like 37th. Now he's in 7th. That's pretty cool.
Here comes Casey Kane on the outside of that new blue paint job.
Come on, Casey Kane. He has a win here at Sonoma. Oh, Larson hangs the back end out.
3 wide, Kyle Busch to the inside. This could be Larson.
This could be really big.
About ran out of rumble strip.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, man, Larson got sideways.
Oh, contact between Larson and the 18 of Busch.
Remember, we thought there was something wrong with that 18 car there at the end of that second stage. He was way, way back, but look where he is now.
Biden this time.
What a great comeback here with Dale Earnhardt Jr. after that spin earlier, contact. We saw earlier this race, he has a good long-run car, so these older tires, he might be able to still maintain and show some good speed here, get back on track with that strategy.
There's another look at Kyle Busch way on the inside. They went in there 3 wide.
You see Larson right there, Mike. He gets steps out. The back comes around. Here he comes on the 18 car.
Pretty heavy contact to the right front of Larson, left rear of the 18.
Just ran bam by.
Remember those feelings we were talking about? Yeah. You don't have them out there on your sleeve right now.
Visor cam, run low, Danica Patrick.
I love it. Hit the rail, rev it up, catch your gear.
That's David Reagan just ahead. She passed Trevor Bayne a lap ago, so she gained a couple spots since this restart. Top 20. Watch Dale Jr. at turn 4.
Yeah, he's been really loose off of this corner. Oh, yeah. A nice recovery.
Folks, that's really loose.
You see something that Denny Hamlin did right there. He does this so well that get drive off corners. And one of the ways he does that is points it straight up off the corner and drives nice and hard and straight. And as that car squat to the rear, Jamie.
And I talked to Denny's crew chief this morning, Mike Wheeler, and he said we were down on speed on Friday. In fact, in happy hour, they were 27th on the board, and he said our setup is very similar to a year ago. We're just hoping that Denny does what he does, and that's race better than practice. That's what we're seeing now.
Well, last year, Hamlin was almost perfect on the road courses. Second here, a winner at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, well, he said that he felt like after qualifying, he said, I really think our road course car is right where we want it to be. I think we're going to race really well, and right now he's racing really well.
Mike, just goes to show you, strategy will keep you in the ballgame. Now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has 2 shots left to score a road course win in his Cup career. He's running second. Junior said the car just real tight and slow down in turn 11, loose everywhere else. He also told Greg Ives, just one note for your notes for next year, don't bring this front end settings back. It's no good.
Yeah, well, we can document the loose part.
Now, during our pre-race, Dale Jr. said next year he's retiring from full-time driving, but he might do a couple of one-offs. I wonder if some team might bring him to Sonoma as a road course ringer.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about the Daytona 500, but hey, the last 3 races, who's been the best on the road courses? Dale Earnhardt Jr. Why not bring him back to a road course?
Well, we know he's going to run some Xfinity races next year, and then, of course, he basically said today, I might be, whoa, that thing is bad.
He's loose getting into the corner.
But he said he might be interested in running the 500 again, and rightfully so.
His last lap was quicker than Denny Hamlin's by a 10%. We're going to go back to last restart and take a look at how A.J. Allmendinger's spotter, Coleman Presley, third-generation driver himself, helped him worry less with our Liberty Mutual Insurance spotter coverage.
Still there, 48's got it covered here by 1. 48's got it covered. Going back here, lane of 2. Half, those lanes, 48's right side, left side over here. covered inside behind the 48. Pass back to the 22 behind the 48.
I guess covered means he's there and he's not going away.
No, and that Presley family, they've been around this sport for a long time, all the way back to Bob Presley.
One thing I noticed there, he's calmed down a lot on those restarts since earlier in this race.
He's going to run out of fenders if he doesn't.
So right now, the first 7 cars all pitted at lap 39. The next 14 cars all pitted lap 46, 47. Jimmy Johnson restarted 22nd. He has not advanced at all.
All I'm going to say is this is mad creepy.
Nor have
I don't like
any of
that
the
map.
drivers.
I already have it
They're all
as
still running
no
at the
one
back
can
of the
see me,
field for now.
And then we heard Mark Truex say in our pre-race show, you know, you can have a fast car, you can do everything right, and then choose the wrong strategy and end up 30th.
Well, now it's the long game, right? Now it's tires and fuel are going to matter. If this thing goes green the whole way, the 48, some of those that came that last time are in a great position, but we all know this thing going green all the way, very unlikely.
Now they're shifting these cars with manual transmission. Just ignore that clutch pedal, just like the drivers do.
Yeah, and also watch his left foot here. That little tap, all that is security. He taps that pedal to be sure that pedal is right where he wants it to be when he applies the brake hard. A lot of older drivers, experienced drivers, they do that because at some point down in his career, those brakes were not there. So he wants to be sure it's there.
Yeah, it kind of gets those pads up on the rotor and then gives you that nice solid brake pedal when you do go heavy onto the brakes, especially like we saw him going into turn 11.
Tap.
Denny Hamlin leading Dale Jr. by 1 second. Austin Dillon by 4 with 51 laps to go.
Nice.
Here. Boom! Can I open it?
It's so much.
Presenting Just for Men Auto Stop. It's time travel in a comb. It gives you back your natural hair color before you went gray. No mix, no mess. Comb in and your natural hair color is back. Lift off. Just for Men Auto Stop.
Spider-Man isn't the only hero in town. Look, there's Pizza Man with Cheesy Bites Pizza.
Thanks.
And it's 28 poppable, cheese-filled bites baked into the crust. Spider-Man has Spidey sense. Pizza Man has Cheesy Bites Pizza. He climbs walls. He climbs stairs. Spider-Man has superhuman strength.
I still think Spider-Man's
Pizza Man
cooler.
has-
Whether you're
Yup,
saying this makes
that super
Pizza Man
cheesy,
sound really bad.
crowd-pleasing Cheesy Bites Pizza. No one out-pizzas the Hut. See Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters July 7th.
Oh, snap.
Every truck guy has their own way of conveying powerful.
Yeah, boy. Kind of looks like a monster coming to eat you. Holy smokes.
That is awesome.
Strong. You got the basic and you got the beefy.
I just think it looks mean.
Incredible.
No way. Getting goosebumps.
Get 17% below MSRP on all Silverado 1500 LT
Not
pickups in
much, just
stock.
planning
That's
on,
over
finishing
$8,100
watching
on
this
this Chevy
race.
Silverado.
Hope it's a good one. I hope Kyle Busch can win,
Roads
but
at your local Chevy dealer.
49 laps to go. Denny Hamlin with a slim lead over teammate Kyle Busch.
well, speaking of that, Kyle Busch is actually up to second now. I've got to get this off of him.
Let's have a look at today's credible bang.
Oh,
To
gosh.
watch.
Well, we saw Mart Truex Jr. win this race in 2013. We also saw him win stage 1 today. He's off sequence right now, but he is moving up through the field. As that track temp is getting hotter, the handling of Mart Truex Jr. is going to pay off. He goes on to get the win.
Well, Jeff, no matter who we pick, just think about this. All 37 drivers out there still have to make one more trip to pit road, but I still think Kyle Larson at 42 is a player in this race.
Look, I know my guy won Watkins Glen. I know my guy almost won this race last year, but Denny Hamlin, I love his average finish over the last couple of races. Denny Hamlin takes her to victory circle today.
Kyle Busch just took the lead.
Where did Jimmy Johnson
And Kyle Busch just led that lap.
Ready to say that again. He pitted, he stayed back in the 20s, saving his tires. Now he's on the move. Jimmy Johnson makes his way all the way to the front and wins today, boys.
Third place Kevin Harvick has not won yet this year. So yesterday, he took a busman's holiday and drove in the K&N race. He won it. Why not a weekend sweep for Happy Harvick? Just as we say that, Kevin Harvick goes for second on Denny Hamlin.
You've had a pretty good
This is
average
you
this
said
year
that.
picking winners.
I'm in the lead.
We said Duckin, you said
You
that.
complain about going last, but it seems to work out pretty good for you.
Pick last, but it's fine with me. Yep.
Let's remember, too, Harvick has about 8 or 9 laps.
There's the two guys I think I win. Kevin Harvick, I predicted in the prediction show. Kyle Busch, the guy that I want to win. Both leading right now.
Fresher tires, a very fast race car. He's going to be up there before we know it.
Boy, just think where he would be if they didn't have all that trouble in the pits. I mean, they've lost time in the pits the last 2 times in.
Here comes Truex, Chris.
And Darrell, I just checked on that with Cole Pern about that stop at lap 48, and he said we just had damage on that right front that we needed to fix. Wanted to fix it earlier in the race. Faster stops later in the race.
Siri, dog.
I think so.
Hey, Siri.
We'll find out.
Hey, Siri.
The fix is the race car because it is
Siri.
on the track.
We're going to share a Coke and share a ride.
What is
with
110
Danica
minus 27?
And our thanks to the fellows at BSI and the folks at Stewart Haas Racing for Danica Patrick and her willingness to carry our Fox Visor cam. And especially to Kyle Anderson, the interior specialist for Danica.
Yeah, you know, we saw her get serious damage earlier with Kurt Stenhouse, but she has persevered and pressed on pretty good.
That's just as good as it gets right there.
Looks to me like that 18 was pretty wise on the little power conservation move that he ran in the last stage.
Oh, a little contact between Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. Oh, Kyle's going to let him go. Yeah,
Kevin Harvick just took the lead from Kyle Busch.
9
got him
fresher tires than either Kyle Busch or Denny Hamlin.
And we've seen tire conservation by the 18 of Kyle Busch just play out perfectly. I never thought we'd see him leading this race now in second place, but whatever he was doing, whatever strategy or they have going on, it certainly has paid off so far.
If you don't go very fast, you don't hurt your tires very bad, and that's what he was doing.
.46 laps to go. Fourth place Kurt Busch locks him up.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
You think traffic's bad now, the future's gonna be a nightmare.
Does nobody like the future?
Come on, the future. He obviously doesn't know Intel is helping power autonomous cars and the 5G network they connect to. With this, won't happen in the future.
Thanks, Jim. There's some napkins in the glove box.
Okay. But why would I need a napkin? Could have just told me a bump was coming.
We know the future.
because we're building it.
NASCAR commits to green programs and biofuel, like Sunoco Green E15. Learn how you can help by visiting NASCAR.com/green.
What are we all doing this weekend?
I'm still working on that death ray.
Still?
It's not easy. You gotta find a mountain, you gotta get permits.
Well, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right.
What about you?
Just a lot of howling. I like to just howl. Just a little bit of me time.
You? I'll be summoning the apocalypse. Oh, and the twins.
I don't know if I missed something, but I'm back.
I'm bringing the orange slices this week. That's what I do. Hello.
Sorry, kids are going bananas. Satellite dish went out in the rain.
How can they sell something that doesn't always work in the rain?
It's gonna rain eventually, right?
No.
You know what never stops working in the rain? This guy. I'm out there, rain or shine, harvesting souls. You come with me. You come with me. Shouldn't have touched him. He's not waking up.
TV that cuts out in the rain is evil. Spectrum is reliable. Satellite TV, bad. Spectrum, good.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted,
Oh my
or used
gosh.
in any form without the
I
authorized
felt it.
written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
It's still going on, so.
With Michael Waltrip, Chris Myers live from Sonoma, time for an eBay Motors race break at a battle for the lead. Martin Truex Jr., who's led the most laps today, trying to catch up with
I've used, oh my god, I've used this without rating to NASCAR broadcast.
For the Truex car, will that come back to haunt them when they make that next stop? That'll be interesting to see. Did the team get it squared away?
I'm just gonna wipe my TV with my underwear because there's Febreze on it. Okay, and my underpants smell good. Win-win situation.
How about Dale Earnhardt Jr. having to overcome problems just like Truex did with that pit stop, and Jr. looking for that first win of the year, hanging in the top 10.
Well, Truex has all the way overcome his problems, taking the lead there from Harvick. But see the damage on Jr.'s car, but he's very competitive, running inside the top 10. He's on the oldest tires in the top 10 right now, Chris. So he's looking forward to that next stop, get some fresh tires, and try to battle these boys.
And Jimmy Johnson, who's led the second most laps, right, signed that contract extension through 2020. His next win ties him with Bobby Allison and Darrell Waltrip at 84 on the all-time list. And his crew chief had the laptop stolen with all the notes. It doesn't seem to have a negative impact.
No, everything is positive for this car right now because it's a good long-run car, and we know how important it is to take care of your tires. That's how Jimmy Johnson snuck into the picture earlier, and that's how he'll do it here at the end.
And Kyle Busch passed for the final lead change in 5 of the last 12 races, including the last 2, and he's a guy who has had success at Sonoma before.
His tires have 10 more laps on them than the leaders, and remember, he was conserving those tires under the last run. He'll get to pit road and be competitive with his 18 car when he gets on the same tire strategy as the rest of the field.
Back to Kevin Harvick, who's doing hot, switching to Ford. Harvick has yet to win already. He had wins at this point in 4 previous seasons. Let's check in with how he's doing with Matt Yoder.
Chris, a year ago, Kevin Harvick limped out of Sonoma with a 6th-place finish, but also half-dollar side blisters on his heels. He had to raise his legs off the floorboard, which kept burning his feet. That gave him cramps in his legs and in his hips. So this year, the team drilled holes in the false bottom of the floorboard. They've got a fan that blows on the feet, but there's also another fan that sucks the hot air out from underneath the floor, just trying to help any way they can in driver comfort.
Thanks, Matt. 42 to go. Truex pulling out a lead of almost 1 second over Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch 4.5 back as Dale Jr.'s on pit road.
Yeah, Mike Truex in a league of his own right now. He is just in a league of his own.
Now Kyle Larson was giving him spots. He also comes to pit road. Larry?
Yeah, the window is open, and I felt like some of these guys on older tires were going to be pitting somewhere between 40 and 45 to go because you can make it to the end. So they wanted to get in there, and then hopefully, Jamie, a caution comes out, and they're sitting out there on fresh tires.
Exactly, and Kyle Larson, his car, the handling has just gone away. He had those 2 incidents with damage in the rear end, both sides. Said he's lacking drive off, and it's getting tight on him. So a 4-tire stop, they've been using air pressure to try to help that balance.
Now the other drivers on the same cycle that are in the top 20, Kyle Busch in 3rd, Denny Hamlin in 6th, Austin Dillon in 8th, and Ryan Newman in 14th.
Yeah, 18 just hit pit road.
losing a lap.
Yeah, to me, this is all about when is that caution, if it's going to come out, because, boy, you want it to happen right now if you're the 18 car.
Jamie?
Well, you guys mentioned Kevin Harvick hasn't won yet this year. Well, here's another hungry driver who
He'll be good till the end, so nothing to worry about.
The handling of this car has been good today. It's been an eventful one. He's driven from the back to the front, a four-tire stop.
The last time Kyle Busch had a 30-plus race winless streak, it ended here.
Yeah.
Ryan Newman in, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Matt Kenseth. All on a similar strategy.
I just think this is a long way to go under green on these tires. These tires fall off so much that they're going to gain a lot right now, but they're going to be losing so much. They're going to have to pit again if that caution comes out for sure.
So now the only driver out there who is still on lap 39 tires is Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, and just we don't have a lot of full course yellows. I mean, you can have cars run off the track, kick up a lot of dust, but I mean, it takes some pretty serious damage on cars that get parts and pieces to cause a full course yellow.
Johnson, last one here in 2010. Four-tire change on the 48, pulling a tear off, trying to get that off the windshield for better visibility on this Serpentine road course. A lot of dust in the air. No chassis adjustments for Johnson. He was working the track bar adjuster earlier. Waiting for the lugs to go on there. A little bit slow. The 14 is away as well.
A little bit of trouble indexing those front tires on the 48 pit stop.
Paul Menard finishes up his stop. He's gone. Daniel Suarez in and out. Eric Jones is in. I'm impressed with Denny Hamlin. He's got the oldest tires of anybody out there, but he's in fifth, and there's no urgency to pit him since he has 3 or 4 seconds on the next car in line, which would be Joey Logano in sixth.
Yeah, he's about a second off our leader right now, but like you said, it really doesn't matter that much at this point.
I'm going to act like I'm driving the cars.
The leader is in. Martin Truex comes to pit road. He's had the same tires since lap 48, so that's 22 laps on those. Kevin Harvick right in with him.
They're running pretty close together on the racetrack, first and second.
Yeah, Martin Truex here. This car is so strong. The only issues today have been in pit lane, so interesting watching this right front. Looks like a little bit slow on that right front still, but nothing like that last stop. The team already working on the left side now. Matt.
Kevin Harvick is in the 4 car. Meanwhile, the 47 should be coming soon with Allmendinger. Needs a little bit more forward drive on exit of the corners. Other than that, the car's been pretty solid all day. Looking for his first win here at Sonoma, Jamie.
1 year ago, this was the race that got away from Denny Hamlin. One of the most exciting finishes, but he said, I want redemption. I want to get it. You see that wedge adjustment. We haven't seen many of those today. 21 as well. Back to you, Matt.
A great drive from the back to the front for his wounded 47, A.J. Allmendinger. The biggest thing has been crew chief Ernie Koch mentally keeping A.J. in the game, telling him we are not done. Strategy will get us back to the front.
Kurt Busch also stopped at lap 71. And Ryan Blaney. So Jamie McMurray is the new leader.
A lot of times the crew chief has to be a salesman. He's got to pump that driver up and keep him in the game.
Oh, he sells stuff.
Because anything can happen in this race. Still a long way to go. 39 laps.
McMurray has a 4-second lead as teammates battle for second place. Logano, Keselowski. McMurray pits, so this is for the lead. This will cycle Chase Elliott to third and Danica Patrick to fourth. Jamie.
That last run is the best the car has been for Jamie McMurray. No complaints at all with the handling of the one. A 4-tire stop here. Just slight air pressure adjustment was already made just to keep up with the racetrack. But good, they'll pack it full of fuel. Take that tear off so he has clear vision and he'll be good to the end.
So now the drivers in the top 20 with the oldest tires are Danica Patrick and David Reagan, who both stopped at lap 47.
Michael watched the 4 and the 78. The 78 and 4 came on pit road together. The 78 had the lead. When they went back out, the 4 has a big lead over the 78. That's how much difference was in the pit stops.
Yeah, it's all about it. They can get the tire off the right front. They can't get the tire
I'm
back
falling.
on
I'm
to
dying.
get it secured fast enough to make a good pit stop.
Yeah, this is
Help.
cool.
Help. Help.
A.J. Allmendinger. Here's his radio.
I think we got a problem. I'm running out of volts on battery. Another battery ready, guys. Hey, start turning all your fans off. Turn all your fans off. Try to blow everything, turn them all off. It's dropping quick.
He's in 16th place. Remember here, something happens after you pass pit road, you'll never get back.
And you really stress the system out here, the alternator, the battery, because we have so many blowers. Blowers to the drivers, to the brakes, to the tires, to the gear, to the transmission. Lots of blowers in these cars on the road.
There's a chance the alternator failed. That's what we've been seeing a lot of this year when they start having battery issues like that. Well, how many times this year have we seen, maybe the last couple of years, seen the two of Keselowski stretch it out on these green flag runs?
And look at the tire strategy on those first 5 cars. Keselowski and Logano and Chase Elliott all in about the same time. Danica now with the oldest tires of anybody in the top 20. Kevin Harvick at lap 71, the freshest tires.
Well, you heard A.J. Allmendinger just tell his crew chief Bernie Cope that he was down on voltage and to get another battery ready. Let's use our Ford Performance cutaway car to show you where the battery's located. It's right in front of the left rear tire. It has this aluminum door right there with 2 little fasteners, and you have this quick disconnect. So you can actually probably change a battery out here, even under green, and not lose a lot of ground. You're probably going to go a lap down, but unlike in a short track, you lose several laps. So they love to do that under caution.
Thanks, Larry. 6th place, Martin Truex trying to charge his way back toward the front. He's led the most laps today, but Chris Neville.
Well, Mike, that car's been impressive all weekend long, but now problems. Martin talking to him over the radio saying he's got engine problems. Initially, he thought it might be something electrical. They started cycling through the electrics in that car, however. I just checked with Cole Pern. He said the 78, it sounds like it's blowing up.
Yeah, he was almost 2 seconds off the pace of Kevin Harvick ahead of him that last lap.
Yeah,
he's a lot of speed down the
straightaway. Here comes the 18 is eating him up as they go up the hill here into turn 2. Definitely got a problem.
We're not blowing up. We're going to take you double wide with 36 laps to go in Sonoma.
Chevy is the most awarded car company 3 years in a row.
Really?
Let's see how quickly you can read through all their awards.
2017 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Kelley Blue Book 2016 Best Resale Value. US News Best Car for the Money, then Best blah blah blah.
Only about 90 more to go.
2017 IIHS Top Safety.
2017 North American Car of the Year.
That's a lot of awards.
Get 17% below MSRP on all Chevy Traverse LT models in stock. That's over $6,700 on this Chevy Traverse. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I see heartbreak, disappointment, and tears.
Is it Kentucky Speedway?
Yes. You must stay away from turn 3.
No, not again.
You mustn't go into turn 3.
It's the toughest turn on the circuit. The best love it. Others fear it. Don't miss the Quaker State 400 presented by Advance Auto Parts, July 8th.
I was made in the shadows of greatness, shaped by the hands of legacy, forged in the fires of racing. I've been challenged, tested, and proven. Whether it's on that track or off, the truth is, what you're made of is what you're made to do.
Crisp, cold refreshment. It's what Busch is known for. What are you known for?
Oversharing.
In fact, I have this thing. Nope. Busch.
What goes around, comes around. And as a sport that races in laps, we know that a clean race pays off in the finish. It's why NASCAR commits to green programs and biofuel, like Sunoco Green E15, so we can offset our carbon emissions. We're not going to stop making a difference, and neither should you. Learn how you can help by visiting NASCAR.com/green today.
34 laps to go. Brad Keselowski leading. Just let David Reagan pass by on fresh tires. Here's a look at how the Coca-Cola Racing family of drivers is faring. All on the lead lap. Logano in second, Patrick in fourth. Dillon and Hamlin in the top 10. Newman and Suarez, first.
Think about Danica. She was spun out up in turn 4, got run into by Ricky Stenhouse, and here she is running 4th.
Now, Martin Truex and Cole Pearn thought their engine was blowing up, but now he's as fast as anybody.
Harvick running 78.64. Bush behind you at 77.87.
And that's what I saw. The 18 car caught he was almost up to Martin Truex. All of a sudden, Martin just took off and left the 18 in the dust again. So he's back up to running pretty decent speed.
This is one of those tracks where power can be your enemy on a lot of parts of this racetrack. Wheel spin and trying to get traction, leaving the corner is so difficult. Having less power can actually be your friend. It's just the straightaways in turn 9 and at the start-finish line that will hurt you.
Just one around Danica.
Let's have a look at how Brandon Benash, Danica's spotter, helped her worry less with Liberty Mutual Insurance spotter coverage. Boy, this must be an incredibly difficult place to spot with all the elevation change and the distance that those spotters up by the water tower are from the cars at some points on this track.
And you heard a key component there on your left, on your right, not inside or outside. That's what they normally do on an oval, but not on a road course.
Boy, Larry?
Guys, when I look at our leaders, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott, I think what their crew chiefs have decided to do, remember, they pitted about lap 52. Went back racing with 56 to go. I think they're splitting this final stage in half. So I think what you'll see is when you see this roughly 28 to 30 to go somewhere in that neighborhood, I think that's when they'll be on pit road. Remember, Brad Keselowski working with interim crew chief Brian Wilson. Paul Wolf and his wife Aaliyah had a baby girl just a few days ago.
Congratulations to them. And here's what will happen when that plays out. The first 3 cars, Keselowski, Logano, and Elliott, got tires at lap 52 or 3. Everyone behind them got tires at lap 71 or 70, except Danica Patrick in 8th place. She's been on the same tires since lap 47. So those pit stops under green should hand the lead back to Kevin Harvick ahead of Martin Truex and Kyle Busch.
Yeah, and you know what I like about that 2 car? They didn't waste a bunch of time trying to fix that left front damage. They just stayed with it, and it's helped them.
I really thought that Jimmy Johnson was going to be on that same strategy, but he decided they changed it up. Came earlier.
Martin Truex, our leading Toyota top performer there in 5th. Kyle Busch in 6th and Denny Hamlin 9th. Now Jimmy Johnson restarted back in 22nd and passing cars and other cars making pit stops. Now he's fought his way up into the top 10.
I believe we said in our pre-race show, if I remember correctly, that there were some contrarians that would try some different strategy. And Paul Wolf and that crowd, the two crowd, they do this a lot. We've seen them try fuel mileage and different strategy than everybody else. And sometimes it pays off.
And you know, because they tried so often, DW, I gotta believe they've got some software. They have some conversations about how this is not as risky as we think that it is.
Well, the darndest thing I ever saw Keselowski do was kick his car out of gear at, I think it was Kansas, and coast into the corner. And then
I'm going to see what we're having.
Go again.
Well, now his tires are 19 laps older than Kevin Harvick's. And we'll have a look at how much time he is giving up to those cars that are on fresher tires, like Denny Hamlin. And right now, it's about 1.6 seconds per lap that Keselowski, the race leader, is slower than the cars who got tires at lap 71. There's a comparison. Harvick with a lot of time to make up, about 1.5 seconds per lap faster than the leader. Will have to make a pit stop.
Yeah, you see Joey Logano, he's on pit road, but when I think about his teammate, Brad Keselowski, let's go to Jamie, and then I'll add on Brad when she's finished.
And Joey Logano, Larry, his car has been good. It's gotten better as the run has gone on, found better speed. They haven't had to adjust on it much. Drive off good as well. They're calling for a 4-tire stop here. They already made that air pressure adjustment. Todd Gordon on top of the box, counting him down. Hopefully it's a good stop for this team. They've been good today, Larry. Let's continue to watch them as they work on the right side.
All right, back to Brad Keselowski and the crew car, his crew chief Brian Wilson. They know if this thing stays green, this strategy is probably not going to work. They can actually go to 16 to go on fuel up here. So if he drags this thing out and we get a caution, he knows he has to pit, but he's probably going to drag a lot of drivers with him, considering how much the pace has fallen off. So we could see a couple different things happening here.
Yeah, Larry has such a huge lead right now. He's going into turn 10 right now. Second place car is just now coming through the S's.
Keselowski could run another 14 laps, hoping for a caution flag. His teammate, Joey Logano, too fast on pit road.
Bad news.
I think back several years ago on road courses, we ran this about fuel mileage. But the drop-off in speed, especially with less downforce on the cars the last couple of years, it has fallen off 3 seconds or more from the beginning of a run. Now it's a tire war. It's a tire battle for strategy, not as much of a fuel battle.
Chase Elliott, the last of the drivers, other than Keselowski, to pit back around lap 50, Matt.
And Chase Elliott, the 24 on pit road, really showing a lot of poise and confidence after wrecking his primary car in practice. The backup car, an old Jeff Gordon car, updated to 2017 specs. Balance-wise, the car just seems to have gotten a lot better the second half of this race. No chassis adjustments on the 24. Everyone just trying to get more grip on exit.
Nice pit stop there for the 2014.
And it's not unusual, Mike. Road race cars are kind of one-offs. It's not unusual to update them and keep the same chassis and run it for quite a while. I only run them a couple times a year, so they don't wear out.
Yeah, because you turn left and right. Those chassis are quite a bit different at a road course, so they can last. If you don't crash that car, you can do slight things to update that car. Just put a new body on it.
So Joey Logano was able to make his pit stop and do his drive-through penalty and remain on the lead lap with 29 to go.
I want to give a shout out to Austin Dillon today. We've seen him struggle this weekend off the racetrack, locking up tires, but he's done a phenomenal job today.
8th place for Dillon. How about our leader, Matt? Keselowski's lead is now shrunk to less than 10 seconds.
Never scored a top 5 finish here at Sonoma. Really, statistically, his worst racetrack. Brian Wilson, great depth off the bench. He has a second, third, and fourth filling in for Paul Wolfe. Moments ago, discussing strategy and fuel mileage with his driver.
He can go about 12 more laps, Larry believes, before he has to come in for fuel. Staying out, hoping for a caution?
Yes, I'm hoping for a caution.
I just love that, though. The crew chief, the driver, they're on the same page. They know what their plan is here. They know what they want to do, and they're communicating well, and they're going to be able to do what they'll pull it off.
Remember what he told Michael in pre-race? We don't have the best car, but we have a plan.
Work the plan. Trust the plan, work the plan.
Hard to plan when a caution's going to come out unless it's the end of a stage.
That would be plan B.
How's that working out for you?
Plan B is only good as your plan A.
That's right. 8.5 seconds. Kevin Harvick now is really eating into Keselowski's lead.
I will say the last couple laps, as we run here, those tires start to fall off and lose grip for Kevin Harvick, and it starts to even out a little bit more, even though he's still faster than the 2. But not quite as much as he was about 8 laps ago.
Long way from Keselowski back to that 4 car, though.
But Harvick has plenty of time with 27 laps to go and 19 lap fresher tires.
Didn't even see the 2 car. He comes off turn 4 across the chute. Where'd the 2 go? He's in the S's. That's a lot of distance.
Mart Truex Jr. still hanging in tough with less power, having that engine issue in 3rd place.
I think his last lap was only 1/10 of a second slower than Harvick's.
But I just think that's how good that car is. That car, it's the best handling car I've seen here at this road course in quite some time, particularly through the S's.
I loved his comments. I needed some time to learn how to drive this car with the power issues. That just tells me you can't pick up the throttle in the same location you could before you had full power. You had to go to the wide open really early to utilize all the grip that you have and then know that you're going to not have that top speed.
Chris?
Well, Mike, just listening to Martin Truex Jr., he's definitely still concerned about that engine. He said he's just not turning the RPM. He doesn't have that top end that he did earlier. And he said, guys, I hope this thing stays green. If we go caution, I'm just going to get eaten up.
Well, he had just passed Trevor Bayne and Josh Bilicki going down into 11. Bayne repassed him at turn 1.
Yeah, Mike Gage has been the 18 car. The 18 car is right behind him. And when Martin started having that trouble, 18 was right on his bumper. Then all of a sudden, Martin figured it out, and he drove off and left the 18 behind.
Yeah, the 6 car has a little bit fresher tires. He came in about 6-7 laps later than Martin Truex Jr., so that's some of it also. The one he worries about is that 18 behind him and the 4 right here of Kevin Harvick in front of him.
We'll see how it plays out over the next 26 laps as we take you double wide. You're watching NASCAR on FS1.
At KFC, we choose to make spicy, crispy chicken sandwiches. Not because it is easy, but because it is hard. We choose not only to launch KFC's new Zinger sandwich in a $5 fill-up, but to take it to space. Will it be easy? No. Will it be hard? Yes. We've already covered that. But when we succeed, we will lick our fingers good! Try the Zinger sandwich before it goes to space.
We're just moments away from adding a new chapter to college basketball's most storied
Tip the cap. Let's start the show. The music, lights, Miami Nights. The best of the bigs come to battle. The MLB All-Star Game, July 11th on Fox.
Every lap timed to 100th of a second. Every gallon measured down to the last drop. Every tire holding till its last tread. Each moment building with pressure. But no matter the precision put into a car or a race, the path to victory is through total chaos.
Unbelievable.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is on.
I'll jump out and guide you back.
Easy, son. This is going to blow your mind.
Whoa. Awesome. That is really cool.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 60 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 60 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends July 5th.
Here's your race summary after 86 laps, 31 cars on the lead lap, including leader Brad Keselowski. There he comes. And here is Kevin Harvick right behind him. 10 leaders, 12 lead changes, 5 caution flags for 12 laps. Martin Truex and Jimmy Johnson are our stage winners. But Truex just came out of his pit box and a lot of smoke, I think.
Turning behind the
Could
wall.
be making that left turn behind the wall.
Yeah, he came in out of power. They opened the hood, and then he started.
Is this going to bring out a caution? No, he's backing up. Okay.
Used to be able to turn left at the end of pit road. There's now a fence there.
Oh.
Brad Keselowski has not been to pit road, Larry, in the last 35 laps. We've got 23 to go.
Yeah, and we know that everybody can make it to the end from here except for Brad Keselowski. And here's the numbers. They pitted with 58 laps to go. They went back racing with 56 to go. Remember, the fuel window is about 36 to 42 laps. So should he still keep going here, he can go somewhere around probably 14 to 18 laps to go. He's going to lose the lead in the next lap. So why are they doing this? If the caution comes before he pits, we've run far enough that probably everybody's going to come to pit road. So that's the strategy with Brian Wilson and Brad Keselowski.
I like it.
How about the Toyotas third and fourth? Jamie.
Well, Kyle Busch pitted on lap 69. Now, Ben Bayshore is his interim crew chief. He told me this morning the max they can run is 40 laps. I just tapped on his foot, and he looked at me and said, we are close. We need to save all we can. Right now, if he makes it to the end, it would be 41 laps. Meanwhile, his teammate, Denny Hamlin in the 11, Mike Wheeler, he just gave me a thumbs up, said we are good, and we are good plus 2 laps if we need to go into overtime.
Well, we saw Kyle Busch save tires. Now we got to see if he can save fuel.
Kurt Busch in fifth. He pitted at lap 71, so he has among the freshest tires out there. He's 11 seconds back, and in sixth, 13 and a half back, Jimmy Johnson. For the lead, Kevin Harvick takes it from Keselowski.
Nothing there.
He ran him down quickly once he got within sight.
He didn't take it from him. I think Keselowski just moved over and gave it to him. He said, I know you're better than I am, and I'm just struggling along here, pal.
Keselowski's just going to run this thing till it almost runs out of fuel. It's pit road.
Yeah, he's made it. That's what they have to do now. I pretty much stuck with what they got.
Harvick past Keselowski.
Not much of a fight you can put up. When the tires are that old, there's so little grip, you can barely get into the braking zone, let alone fight off somebody trying to pass you.
And Mark Truex climbs out after leading the most laps today.
I think so.
Chris Buescher's made an extra pit
Truex
stop.
is now in the garage. I'm not sure why. Did he like blow up or something?
How many times have we seen this year where the driver that's led the most laps has not gone on to win the race?
I think only 4 times so far that the guy that's led the most laps has won the race. That was one last week when the 42 car did that.
That's amazing.
Lap leaders today. Kevin Harvick.
What's amazing?
Just leading his third lap.
What's amazing, Mike, is the number of laps that the winners of some of our races have led. I think back to Daytona, our very first race.
What?
Busch led 1 lap.
Well, we're setting records today. The cycling of strategies with stage racing may be having a lot to do with that. Chris Neville?
Well, down in the garage with Martin Truex Jr. And Martin, I know you feel like you could have won 5, maybe 6 races this year. When you have a car that's this impressive, how disappointing is this?
It's very disappointing. I mean, sitting there running second on 7 cylinders and stay right with the leader. I mean, this Toyota was so good today. Everybody at Furniture Rose did an awesome job with it. Everybody back in Denver, thank you guys for just the crazy fast cars. So, TRD stuff's been really good, past year and a half, and, sometimes these things happen. So, appreciate all their effort out there and at TRD and making good power. Just, this one wasn't ready to go the whole distance today.
Thanks, Martin.
He died in the car and everything. Now let's be talking about Dale Earnhardt.
Now Kurt Busch has moved into 4th and Jimmy Johnson to 5th, Matt.
Mike, he's close to about a second off of the 41 car as Jimmy Johnson in the 48. Last pitted on lap 70. Chad Knaus told him about 2 laps ago that they are looking at their numbers. They are about a lap and a half to 2 laps short of making it on fuel.
Clint Boyer back up into the top 10 after an early spin today. Down to the inside goes Lightning McQueen.
That's inappropriate. You're like 10.
Any regular track, really, but road course particularly, you don't give up. Strategy is so important. And how
the only person you've ever heard that from was like Keemstar. You watch Keemstar.
Clint Boyer here running in a 6th spot.
All these crew chiefs, they have trends, just like our crew chief Larry McReynolds does, and they go back through history.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are 52.
And
except I talked to a PlayStation the other day, and you're not.
Based on that, we heard from Chad Knaus saying you're about a lap and a half short. That's because he was banking on some caution laps to happen here at the end of this race.
And what I like, Mike, aerodynamics is not so critical.
Oh, okay.
We saw the 2 car leading this race.
You're 9 then. Tell by your voice. My voice wasn't that high at 14.
Speaking of trends, the last 10 Sonoma races, the average of the last caution was at lap 96, which is 14 to go, but 5 times in the final 10 laps, and this may not bode well for some of them that are close on fuel, 3 times we went to overtime.
I don't think there's any question, Larry. If we have a late caution and we have double file restarts, we're going to have more cautions. I can assure you of that.
Well, to Larry's trend, if it stays green to the checkered flag, it will be the longest finishing green flag streak ever at Sonoma. Boyer's on the move, Chris.
Yeah, boy, and look at that beat-up car. He just hasn't been in the top 10 much today. But overall, he's been saying the car is still working well, especially on the long run. He's working his way up front right now, even though, obviously, aerodynamics not helping out on that car very much. But it does sound like they might be changing up their strategy. They thought they were good on fuel, but they might be coming.
Well, a number of questions about fuel as we get into the final 20 laps of this race.
Start savings. All you need to do is just back up your entry just a little bit. Easier on the brakes, easier on your wheel spin for now.
I don't even know what you just said.
No, but I don't want anybody to pass us. I mean, if you can run up on them, pass
on
them.
my
Take it
iPhone.
easy and save your stuff. We're not critical until 10 to go.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. But wasn't it last week Lightning McQueen won the race? Right. There's Boyer. He's on the move. Lightning McQueen might strike again.
I think Brad Keselowski's in.
Stuart Haas Racing has to be pretty happy with the performance they've seen out of their cars today. All of them running very strong.
Yeah, Danica up there, and of course Boyer and Harvick. They've all been good. Kurt Busch is in the car.
Richard Petty died tomorrow. That's not funny. Richard Petty is like
his final stop of the day. He's away. Casey Kane finishing up.
Yeah. Watching this?
Keselowski was coming. He's now to the pit lane.
18 laps, but it's road course.
Matt?
Brad Keselowski making his way down to Brian Wilson and the 2 team. They've been telling him to try to let off earlier, try to conserve as much as they can, to stretch it, hoping for a caution. You can see pull the windshield wiper up to get a clean tear-off on the 2. Keselowski has never scored a top 5 finish, ironically, here and at Indy, where Roger Penske had so much success over the years. Keselowski trying to zero in on another Penske hero, Mart Donahue. 51 wins for Keselowski. Donahue has 59 as the all-time Team Penske winner.
Kyle Busch is in. Jamie?
And then Bayshore told me they would be right on it, probably a little short, so Kyle wanted to bring it in. He just said, I have no rear tires. They are junk, no grip. They had an extra set of stickers. Bring it in, fill it up with just enough fuel to make it to the end, guys.
So now the first 9 drivers all pitted, lap 68 through 72. So pretty equal tire wear there. They're followed by Chase Elliott in 10th, who has 10 lap pressure tires.
They're just hoping no caution comes out right now for these guys that are out there like Kevin Harvick.
And no speeding penalties on pit road. That's the other big issue.
He's never won a Texas.
Harvick's never won a Cup race here. Or those other 3 tracks.
What if the caution were to fly right now? This would be a huge break for Keselowski, wouldn't it? I know he was running out his fuel, but his fresh tires would send everyone else to pit road. He would stay out and grab the lead.
No question. For anybody that's making a stop right now, like Keselowski, like Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Casey Kane, if we did get a caution, they would definitely be sitting in the catbird seat, Michael. So they are now hoping that we do get one.
More fuel discussions, this time with Austin Dillon in 5th place.
Andy, we're right on our number. We feel actually decent, pretty good about it, being able to make it. So we're just going to run this thing until we're just going to run it out.
Well, we know he gets good fuel mileage. He's won a race already this year like that.
Just run her out. That's what that did.
Yeah, he won Charlotte on fuel mileage. His teammate Newman won Phoenix on tire mileage. Yeah, staying out when others pitted.
You know, guys, one reason I would feel pretty good about the fuel mileage is fuel mileage numbers taken from Friday were at a pace that was about a second or two quicker than what they're running right now. When the pace slows down, you're not using as much fuel.
And Larry, you don't shift. If you don't shift as much, you don't turn as many RPM, you burn less fuel. So maybe where you were hitting third gear in turn 10, you just lug it through there in high gear, saves a little fuel.
Dale Jr.'s in. Surrendering 6th place to make this stop with 15 laps to go. Matt?
Last pit on lap 68, the 88 for Dale Jr. A place that he would love to score a win as he winds down his career. Never won on a road course. He felt like last year, Mike, he was much better through the S's. The car was tight early in the race. It's been pretty much loose from midway to now.
To Dillon, chasing Jimmy Johnson for 4th place.
Well, you heard Chad tell Jimmy, save your stuff. So maybe he's going to let this street car go.
Well, if I remember correctly in Charlotte, the 3 was behind the 48, chasing him, ran the 48 out of gas when he went on to win that race. It looks like he wants to do it again.
I think that's why Chad told Jimmy, don't race anybody. Let them buy, save your fuel, save your stuff.
But don't get past either.
All right, so this is our Fox Visor cam making its debut appearance. Danica Patrick and her team agreed to carry it here. As Kurt Busch goes by, she's trying to make the pass here. Closer to Kyle Larson. How close is this view to your view in the race car?
Oh, this is spot on. I mean, it might be just a slight bit higher. You'd maybe be a little bit lower eye view, right where the top of your hands are on the steering wheel. But this is the most amazing view I've seen from inside of the car ever in the history that I've been a part of this sport.
That's a cool thing. I like it.
I mean, what I like about it is you're seeing what's coming. You see their hands on the steering wheel. You see when their head moves or bounces when they bounce over a curve. You see the shift. You see what's happening on the digital dash also.
You see that thing right there? That's her hose for cool. That's what we would have had to the camera back when I drove. We'd have had a big cable and you had to run up over your helmet like this to make it work.
Battling Paul Menard for 16th.
And again, you think about the trouble she was in earlier in the race, and here she's, she's running really well and maintaining pretty well right now. Good job by her.
Matt?
Mike, Kevin Harvick is totally focused on scoring a win. He won Saturday's K&N West race with Fields, a foundation sponsor, on the car earlier in the race, closing in on the end of stage 2. Rodney Childers asked him, do you want to try to play strategy to score the stage win? Harvick said, no, we've got a great car. I only want to focus on going for the win. That's what they've done.
I just think it's not a big deal, but Harvick won yesterday. And I don't care who you are or what series you run. When you win on Saturday, you got a lot more confidence on Sunday.
Oh, somebody off the track.
Off course goes Boris Said.
When you're the leader, that's the last thing you want to see in front of you.
There's Harvick pulling down on the 55-year-old road race ace. I'd list the tracks that Boris has raced on and won on, but it would take longer than we have time left.
That's a great save right there.
That's not just 2 wheels off.
I mean, as Boris said, does that not look like something he could do? Run off the track like that, not hit anything, come back on? Just a little dust in the wind. That was a hair-raising experience right there.
What comes along with that is a lot of rocks and dust all over the racetrack.
And as we often say, the leader has to clean the track for everybody, and that's what Kevin Harvick was. Now, Said is still on the lead lap, despite a couple of off-course excursions and some damage front and rear, with 12 to go. So you got the dirt and the dust, and you've also got the blind entry coming up the hill. You don't know what's on the other side.
No, you don't. And that's why you have to keep a really tight line through there. And you'll see everybody uses that curve, and you can see some are using more than the curve, and that's basically what's throwing all the rocks and debris and dust to the outside.
Mike, that's why I say there's a couple of places where I want to be really good. Spin, turn up in the trial, up in the S's. Look like some of the cars around.
Kenseth.
Kenseth's one of them.
Still coming.
Kenseth had a little bit of trouble. He got into the grass, but it looks like everyone's good. So he's back to 24th. We got 12 laps to go. We'll under 11 laps to go. So.
You'll see right here, real close racing.
Battle between Busher. Kenseth gets into the side of Billy Johnson. Oh, Johnson makes contact with the left rear. Kenseth turns him around.
That happened to Kenseth here a few years ago. Him and Clint Boyer made contact in a very similar situation.
Matt thought he had the pass made, but he didn't clear Johnson.
Wasn't quite there.
Right behind them. Whoa, Morris, come back, buddy.
You know, he went out of sight.
Harvick's been getting quite a show from Morris said.
Harvick said, hey, man.
Yeah, see you later.
I like this show, but I gotta go.
Come on, man.
Look at Harvick's front wheels up here. You can tell he's been pushing that brake pedal hard and using a lot of brake, a lot of dust up in those front wheels.
Danica Patrick keeps coming. She's got 19 laps on her tires, but she just passed Cole Witt for 16th. As Harvick now 7.2 ahead of Denny Hamlin.
Mike, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch this foot cam. It's almost like a replay. It's almost like we've seen this before. Watch. He does the same thing every time. Watch. He'll hit it when he gets over here. When he gets down, pat, hit that pedal. Come down here and get a little further downhill. Same thing all over again. Watch him. Watch him. Pat, hit that pedal. I mean, it's a rhythm. We talk about rhythm, and there's so many things that are rhythm related.
Let's watch as he goes into turn 11. This is the hardest braking. Look how early he was on the brakes. But way early.
Look how far that pedal's going down, too.
Long way. And you saw that little blip in the right pedal, the gas pedal, as he went into those downshifts. He got late off the corner before he gets wide open.
And he burned his heels here last year, and he got those booties on the back of his shoes today, which I think could give him a lot of protection.
10 laps to go. Where's Kyle?
He's working it, man.
All right, Austin Dillon has given up 5th place back to Jimmy Johnson. And Dillon now 6th. Remember, he had a little concern about fuel.
Well, right now, I'm watching RCR, and you can see there's their running order right there. 2 of them in the top 10. And to me, they're the measuring stick with 10 to go. Who possibly can make it? Because Austin Dillon and Ryan Newman, they're trying to go 41 laps on this tank of fuel. But again, I'm looking at a pace that's over 1 minute 21 seconds. I don't know. If I was their crew chief, I would not be overly concerned unless we get to a overtime situation.
This might cause it here. 11 and 22, or rather 22 and 18 for 11.
Good friends, really good friends.
Never had any contact issues.
Well, they're frenemies.
Now, if that was for the lead, that might be a little bit different exchange.
So Joey Logano, 11th, and Kevin Harvick coming to 9 laps to go.
9 laps doesn't sound like very fast. All this race is about over.
18 miles.
These races get really good when there's about 6 or 7 laps to go. Fuel mileage and every other thing.
This green flag stretch has now gone more than 1 hour. You've seen from the bouncing around how physically demanding this racetrack is.
Well, with each lap that they make as they go into this green flag run and the tires get, the air pressure comes up and the grip goes away, every time they go into the corner, there's a bigger chance of making a mistake. There's so little grip in these cars, and you talk about braking and locking up tires, carrying too much speed into the corner, wheel spin off the corner, and there's so many areas to make a mistake that these are stressful times for these drivers.
But I just think about how strong these cars are. I mean, we're going to run 110 laps here, and you've seen them beating the cars. It's up on the curbs, it's out in the dirt. I'm sure they probably missed a shift or two, missed a corner or two, but here they are, still going strong right here at the end of this race.
Harvick has backed off a bit. He had all but caught Casey Kane. Last time by was going to put Kane a lap down, but this last lap by Harvick, almost 2 seconds slower than Kane at the tail end of the lead lap.
But he's got a huge lead. He's got a 9-second lead. He's just trying to milk this thing home.
Well, and it could be just padding a little bit of fuel in case we go to overtime and they stay out.
Clint Boyer's coming. He's got to get past Morris said there. He had a shot at Denny Hamlin, but had to deal with the lapped car and squeeze through there.
Of course, I might not get the race very much, so I'm going to race everybody.
He's been putting down some great lap times, talking about Clint Boyer, and he has been zeroing in on that 11 of Denny Hamlin ahead of him.
Look at that old car. The guy been running in a demolition
It's like a short track, DW. Never count yourself out at these road courses.
You've got to see the figure 8 race in Cars 3.
Yeah.
Boyer's car looks like Lightning McQueen at the end of that race.
Exactly.
This can't be a Sunday drive for Kevin Harvick, even at this point.
No, and certainly not for Denny Hamlin right now. As he's navigating around this road course, he's shifting, he's braking. He's also watching his mirror. He knows Clint Boyer is coming. He wants to know, where is Boyer better than him? Where does he need to protect in case Boyer gets closer?
Hear how much he's coasting? I mean, he's coasting. He's backing off way, way early. Coasting right now, trying to save as much fuel as possible.
Boyer's not coasting. He's coming.
He's there.
Keep saving.
7 to go. You heard Kevin Harvick's admonishment, keep saving fuel.
We just go back inside of Harvick's car, and he is really, really coasting.
How about Brad Keselowski after that late stop strategy? Now, his tires are 20 laps fresher than anybody else in the top 6. He's up to 4th. Picked up several spots in the last lap.
Any caution comes out right now, this is Brad Keselowski's race.
Well, the Ford car's got to make it on fuel, too, and I'm telling you, he's doing everything in his power to save as much as he can.
Well, guys, I've been watching lap times, and there's been some laps where Keselowski was 2.5, maybe close to 3 seconds quicker than Kevin Harvick. He's 21 seconds behind, 7 laps to go. You do the math.
I don't even have to have a trend for that one, Larry.
This is going to be fun before it's over. I think Hamlin Boyer. Now, those of you looking for NHRA drag racing, final round coverage from Norwalk, Ohio, that will begin right here on FS1 after the conclusion of our NASCAR coverage here in Sonoma.
You want to know what it's like to tiptoe around this racetrack? Just right along with Kevin Harvick right here. He is absolutely slowed down to a minute 21.62 here, and he is saving some fuel. Listen how long he's out of the throttle.
Now, I'm wondering if they've told him how much they feel like he needs to save, or they're just monitoring each lap.
Oh, off to go to the spun turn 11.
Running 8th.
He gets going again.
Yeah, it's not going to bring out the caution.
No problem.
Probably not going to lose a lot here, but he was running an 8th spot.
Yeah, he's putting such a solid race together.
Back going, he fell in right behind Dale Jr., so he's in 11th spot. He lost a couple of spots. See what happens. He just got in there hot.
Thought he had a chance at Jimmy Johnson, and that hole closed up.
He's been working on it for quite a few laps. Saw an opportunity, and look, see a change for second place. Boyer's gotten by the 11 of Hamlin.
But is still 7.5 behind his teammate Harvick. Let's show you how that happened.
Into turn 7. Oh, looks like Hamlin just overshot the corner. Almost exactly what happened to Tony Stewart a year ago that cost, almost cost him the win and got Hamlin into that lead, but then Hamlin did the same thing in turn 11.
I think when you know somebody's behind you and you're a little bit better, you just don't want to take a chance on cutting in front of them or holding them up. You don't want to get knocked off the track. You got to get finished going here. Don't jeopardize that by doing something really unnecessary.
5 laps to go in Sonoma. Let's remind you of last year's finish where Denny Hamlin got the lead from Tony Stewart up at turn 7. Then they raced that final half a lap. That's Stewart ahead. You're riding with Hamlin.
You see the camera shake. That's from wheel hop. Hamlin got in there a little bit deep. I think Tony was watching and protecting. He knew that move was coming. Moved out of the way, gets back in behind Hamlin, keeps the pressure on him as they come through the S's.
Then what happens?
Well, they go down here at turn 11, and I've talked to Denny about this. In my view, I said, I think you must have been looking back to see where Tony was. He said, no, I wasn't. I actually wheel hopped just for an instant, and it opened the door for Tony to get by.
And Tony Stewart scored his final win in what was then the Sprint Cup Series. Made it into the playoffs based on Sonoma. Here is Kevin Harvick who has not won a race this year, driving for Tony Stewart, trying to finish these final 5 laps and get his first win of the year.
And the car, the 14 car Boyer's driving is Stewart's car, and he's running second right now. And this could be turn out to be a teammate battle here.
And this is the same chassis that Clint Boyer is driving that Tony won with last year, not including the changes necessary to convert it from a Chevrolet last year to a Ford this year. Place here, Dale Earnhardt Jr., teammate Jimmy Johnson, catching up on Kyle Busch.
Think back to Junior, he had a great car, all practice, qualified well, spun out over here. He and Danica got in a little bit of trouble early in the race. Now look at him, top 10.
And the hottest driver on the circuit, Kyle Larson, who won the pole here, 1 lap down now in 25th, just got lapped by the race leader. He's won 4 races in the last week, 1 in the Monster Energy Cup Series and 3 sprint car races.
Well, he'll be glad when this one's over, because today not so good.
He and teammate Jamie McMurray started on the front row. McMurray currently 6th for Chip Ganassi.
Got to be disappointing, though, because they start on the front row. You think they're going to be the cars that you're really going to have to beat, and they really, Jamie's done a nice job. He's up in 6th, but Larson not so much.
Clint Boyer is pulled away from Denny Hamlin by 2 seconds. That's 2nd to 3rd. But Boyer still lacks 8.5 seconds to our race leader, Kevin Harvick. Just crossed the line with 3 to go.
I just don't know how Harvick could go any slower. I mean, he is coasting. He just went by here coasting.
He's got a really nice lead. Certainly no lead is safe enough, but he also knows that he needs to make sure he makes it on fuel.
This is getting a little crazy right in here now. These guys are racing hard. 6th, 7th, and 8th place.
They may catch 5th place Chase Elliott.
Yeah, they've got about, what, 15 laps fresher tires.
And what a nice job by Elliott, who had a spin and then a crash, went to a backup car. But there he is, Kyle Busch closing in, but there's Chase in 5th place.
This would be a great confidence booster for Chase Elliott after having all the issues in practice. Road courses have not gone extremely well for him since he's come to the Cup Series, but a day like today, even if he doesn't finish where he's at now, I think will be a big boost for him on future road courses.
He just doesn't want to put up a big fight right there. It's just no way. They're better than he is. Get out of their way and let him go.
Oh!
Lewis going into turn 10, and that spin, and then slapped the wall with the front end into the cement barrier, and that was all for that number 24.
Goes to the backup car into the first round of qualifying. He's the fastest car. I think that tells you what kind of determination this young driver has.
Well, guys, now you hold your breath. Do I have enough fuel? Got to make it on fuel. I know everybody says they're good to go, but this is a big track.
I think he has enough fuel, but Larry, I'm guessing the last thing Kevin Harvick wants to see is a caution flag.
Well, the next thing he wants to see is that white flag waving and then try to go 2 more miles in this tank of fuel, because we know once we see the white flag, we've got a race, but you still have to make it around.
So I think that Harvick might run out, but it looks like my prediction's going to win for 2 straight weeks. Last week I predicted that Kyle Busch was going to win in the prediction show, and guess what? He indeed won. So Harvick looks like he's going to win in a prediction show. Didn't jinx anything.
Back there in 4th with some pretty fresh tires.
Yeah, well, here he is down into turn 11. Mike coming to get the white.
Harvick started 12th on the day, made it into the final round of qualifying, but no further up the line. And the white flag waves. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by
1 lap to go. Kevin Harvick's slow on fuel, low on fuel. But it looks like he's got it. Gonna get his first win of the season, it looks like. Boyer is 9 seconds back, so.
4 cars past him as it happened.
Of course, you're going to find out when it's over. This thing is paved. You need to use the paved part.
Kyle Busch is pulled away from Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 5th place.
Well, we don't care.
Catch Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott back
Top
to
5,
7th,
but
Kurt Busch in 8th. Keselowski, however, may get to third place Denny Hamlin and second place Clint Boyer.
A few laps ago, I saw Denny Hamlin go right off the track in turn 4. He's having a lot of grip issues.
Here comes Harvick.
We saw him go wide, giving up that second place or third place. Now Keselowski takes over that third spot.
Well, his tires are 20 laps fresher than Hamlin's or Boyer's.
There's a second place right in front of him, so he's got a shot at coming second here.
Oh, we got a big wreck on the front straightaway with Casey Kane.
You can show us. You can show us the crash. Oh my God, I hate how they do that.
Continues to wave, no caution.
Okay.
Kevin Harvick.
I just hate how they do that. It makes me so mad. There's the caution.
And the caution flag waves.
I just hate how they wait so long.
Casey Kane.
Freaking job. Awesome job.
Checkered flag in the air. Kevin Harvick. Clint Boyer.
It doesn't even say his name on top.
Hamlin, Kyle Busch, a 1, 2, 3 for 4.
Well, that adds to the list of our drivers.
There comes Casey Kane
this year.
Man, that car hit hard right there, guys.
Casey Kane pushed the cement barrier back several feet. That left-hander just past the start-finish line.
He had someone made
He's going to the outside, trying to make a pass.
Let's see what happened
down, maybe. I think he just got out in the debris.
Yeah, he just got dirt. He just got out in the
he almost spun. Who is that?
And boy, it pushed
Looks
that
like,
ball back.
I'm not even sure. He almost spun though.
That was hard hit, guys.
That area not protected by a safer barrier, but those big concrete jersey barriers are movable, and that one moved about 3 feet.
Well, it's a clean sweep for that Mr. Harvick this weekend. Won yesterday and come back and wins today.
So right now we're just kind of in the.
We got enough fuel to do that burnout.
He's good to go. I didn't think fuel was going to be an issue.
Yeah, he had enough fuel to come back and do a burnout. So I don't know why I thought he was going to run out. And he's in turn 7, so he made it all the way back there.
Oh, by the way, one of us picked it.
Okay, who picked it?
Larry?
All right, guys, let's just.
I picked it. I picked it. I thought he was because he's done good at the end of the races. And then he's just, kind of had issues the last few years. I thought, this is finally going to be the year that he breaks through and stop having issues. And I was right. I predicted it in the prediction show. You can go back, look at the date. Today is the 25th. That was uploaded the 24th. You can see. I couldn't. Oh my gosh. I couldn't have predicted that. Time travel. I mean, I don't think. But I didn't do anything.
That took quite a hit from Casey Kane. Third time, Stuart Haas finishes 1-2, and it's the 36th career victory.
So bye. Sanford Korean leader.